Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We have a very fun, very festive event today. We're joined by the usual suspects, and we have a new illustrious guest today. So we'll go around, we'll discuss who we are, what we're here for, and wish you all a good afternoon, good morning, and a good evening. So I am Robert. I just want to say hello, and I'll pass the mic to Ryan.
Hey everybody, it's Ryan, Debt Collector. Glad to be here. Spent a lot of time putting this list together and a lot of the information, so I hope you guys enjoy, and looking forward to what your top 3 of the year is.
Al?
Hey, it's Al, Sneaky Figures, back again. This is a little funny for me because of my time. It's 5 a.m., so I'm up bright and early with these guys to discuss our mid-year awards.
Derek?
Hey, this is Derek, Charles Evans. Man, I'm just happy to be here. I haven't been able to tap in with you guys, so I'm just happy to be here and enjoy you guys.
Cool. And as I said, our illustrious guest, James Mr. Wilson.
Hello. I've never been called illustrious before. That's
First for everything. You'll never forget your first, James.
That's a new thing. In the UK here, it's just after 1 p.m. So yeah, this is obviously first time joining you guys, so looking forward to it.
Great. Okay, so I am suffering a little bit from a cough that I've had for the past week. I apologize if my cough gets a little bit too loud during the stream, but I've also been drinking for most of the day. I did a beer tasting today. Started at noon, finished I think around 4, not too bad. I tried to pace myself because I knew we were doing this today, and I didn't want my accent to get too thick that people couldn't understand me. So with that, let's throw some stuff up on the screen. What kind of stuff? Well, who's here? Greg, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Greg, what time is it where you're at? What time is it, Greg? Come on. Greg, come on.
Oh, actually, I didn't say what time it was where I was at. It's at 2 p.m., so close to
2 p.m.? Okay.
James, yeah.
So 1 for James, 2 for Derek. Al is, what'd you say, Al? 5:30?
5 a.m.
5 a.m., yeah. And it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock? Ryan?
Oh, 8:03 a.m.
8:03. Throw that
Where you at, AI? Al, where you at, Al?
Oh, I'm over in California.
Oh, okay.
All right, so it's 8 a.m. for Greg. All right, great. Agent Orange, very nice. I don't know how many people are in the chat. It's a very early hour. We tried to schedule this today so that everybody could join. People in this part of the world, people in the part of the world that would encompass, I guess, Europe and maybe Africa, and people in North America, and South America as well. So we got Greg is in North Carolina. That's great. Very good. So what we're going to start with today is we're going to talk a little bit about our main theme for today. Let's do our presentation, get it up, share the screen. All right. If it loads again, my computer is very slow. So what we're going to cover today, we got the top 10 from this year so far. It was a little bit hard for a lot of us to come up with the top 10. I know that some of us, James and myself, we didn't stick to figures. We kind of expanded it and included different things. So hopefully some of the things might be interesting for some of you. Some of you might not be into it, but again, we're a very diverse group of collectors. We collect numerous things, and the more that we see and the more that we have access to, maybe the more doors open up for us as collectors. So we're also going to discuss the San Diego Comic-Con, which is later this month. We're going to discuss the Metacom event, which is also later this month, and we're going to discuss the Toy Sapiens Deadpool Wolverine event, which is again later this month. All three events are in the same week, so it'll be a very, very busy week for us collectors, accessing the internet and seeing all the pictures and video from the different events. So let's go back to who's here. We got Thrawn's office. What's up? James shouting out in the chat, which is great. Missing Link still available in Japanese retail? I don't think so. I'm not sure. It came out a few months ago. I haven't seen it in stores. I was actually at Yodobashi Camera today, and they have a very big, very sizable Transformers section. I didn't see it there. So I'm sure if you look around, maybe if you're outside Tokyo, you might be able to see it, but it's not as widespread as maybe you're asking. So Derek saying hi. Sneaky Figures. And hi.
Hey.
All right. So what are we covering here? So what we're going to talk about first is the channel membership. For those of you who've already joined, awesome, great. Thank you very much. Membership helps the channel, helps us try to upgrade this live stream and make it a little bit more interesting. And joining the channel is absolutely going to be one of the best choices of your life. So the membership is 99 cents. You become a VIP instantly. All your friends will know just by looking at you that you are a VIP. You got that going for you, which is wonderful. For the VIP, for the 99 cents, you're going to get videos. You're going to get information about the reissues, the re-releases before everybody. We'll have exclusive streams for the memberships. We'll have waffles specifically for members in December. One of the things that we are going to do is do a waffle for everybody who's been a member for 6 months or more, which means anybody who joins in July or joined in June, you are going to be put into a pool and we'll choose a winner. That winner will get a free MAFEX figure that I will let everybody know what it is closer to the event. But
Hey, I'm here.
you know, if you're joining and it's 99 cents a month, you're basically paying under $6 and you have access to one of these MAFEX figures. It's a great deal, I think. Plus all the information you're getting, all the content. So if you're on the fence, join up for a month, see what you think. And if you're not happy with it, you know, you can always cancel and rethink everything, rethink your life. So if you are interested, just go on to the Kaiju Daddy page. There's information there. It might even prompt you from the beginning to join. Doing so will, again, give you access to all of these things. So I would appreciate it. I know everybody would appreciate it. The money's going to go right back into the channel, go right back into what we're doing. So that is that for the membership. Just wanted to kind of get that out of the way. Next, we're going to discuss the Cantina. So nobody here ordered the Cantina. Is that correct? James?
Not I.
I didn't.
Not I.
No? Okay, so I tried. I tried to do it on the Toy Sapiens website. They were only asking for 30% down. I figured, you know, I can swing that. But they already stopped it before Hasbro did, which was kind of shocking to me. It was a little bit surprising. So I wasn't able to fund it. I got on the wait list. So if anybody cancels it or if anybody doesn't want to fund it completely when it comes out, I guess maybe I'll get a shot. But the Cantina was a kind of a strange thing. It didn't fund really until the last few days. there were two prices. There was a $3.99 and a $4.99. I think the consensus from most of the groups that I saw was that most people were getting the $4.99 version because it was just a much better deal. And they ended up getting, ultimately, in the end, they got 14,737 backers. So from that, they were only looking at 8,000. So they got a good number more, but that doesn't really compare to what came before that. So the Dragonfly, for example, the G.I. Joe Dragonfly, they were looking for 10,000. They ended up getting 24,000, almost 27,000. The Ghost was at the same price range as the Cantina. It was $4.99. That had a goal of 8,000, the same as the Cantina. That ended up getting almost 22,000. So 22,000 versus almost 15,000. And then the Cobra Hiss had a goal of 8,000, and that ended up getting almost 27,000. So in terms of numbers, it was far below all of these other more recent projects. So I don't know. I don't know if I would call this a success. It didn't fund until the last few days. There's always that last push at the end, but it only unlocked 2 of the tiers, not all 3 tiers, unlike most of the other Haslabs, which did unlock all 3 tiers. So with that being said, with that information, what do people think? Do we think that this was a success? Do we think that maybe this is not as successful as most people might think? What do you think?
I don't know if people would be put off by the size, because it's quite a sizable unit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very big, and I think that was definitely one thing working against it. You couldn't really put it on a shelf. Not that you could put the Ghost on a shelf either. So, but I don't know. I think, I think they're working at this, or they're looking at this kind of in a backwards way.
Yeah, like who would buy this, and like why like how would you display it?
Yeah, I mean, most people, most collectors now are in the 6-inch range, right? So
Yeah.
if this were a 6-inch piece and it was modular, I think people would eat it up. But when you focus on the 3 3/4-inch line, or the 4-inch line at this point, and you make it so wide that it's not really going to be able to fit on a shelf anywhere, you're really hurting everything moving forward. I just think that the figures, the offerings weren't that great. The Greedo as one of the first tiers to unlock was stupid. None of those figures, as you kind of jump from tier to tier, right? So you needed to get an extra 3,000 or 5,000 more backers to add a $10 figure, a $5 figure. Ultimately, like, people were put off, I think, by the number and the tier unlocks. So
Yeah, I'd say the same. If it was, catered to like Black Series collectors, as big as it is for the 3 3/4 scale, people have jumped at the idea of it being for, the 6-inch scale. And as you said, the Greedo, I mean, how many Greedos have they released, for that to be a tier? It was kind of pointless.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, like, what is this, their 20th Greedo? You need to make that a tier? I mean, it's just silly. I don't think that they they understand what the Haslab is really supposed to be. I mean, it was supposed to be for dream projects, including a Greedo in a dream project of the Cantina. There's not another character that you can include there that nobody has. So
exactly.
One of the tiers should have been, the band setup. I think that would have been quite a good tier to have.
You could have had the stage there for the band or something.
Yeah, I think that would have been great.
Even a retractable ceiling. Just something that you could take off and put on, or just something that you could put everything together and have it stay together. it's modular. You can move it around, but we don't even really know if there's any snapping mechanism to keep everything together.
Or kind of like a dollhouse is, and you have your levels or your tiers, so then you can still display it on the wall and still have stuff in the background.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of my dream project for a Death Star, that you have modular tiers that you build on top of, and it's all connected on one side with the elevator. And so every year you could offer like a different stage with different figures that are added onto it. And, I mean, it could be any length. I mean, they can decide and just build from there. It's not an expensive thing, and you allow people every year to save up for it and build. And if you don't like this particular setup, this particular piece, you just don't back it. You just, you keep going in until you reach the top. But from the get-go, they could tell you, all right, we're going to do 7 tiers. It's going to be over 7 years. These are the ones, year 1, year 2, year 3, and so on. And just give people a heads up. And I know that Ryan has pointed out different YouTubers and people who said that they would appreciate it if Hasbro from the beginning, at the beginning of the year, just kind of laid out, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. This is what we're planning on releasing. This is about the price point for quarter 1, for quarter 2. Quarter 2 is usually Star Wars. We're going to put out a particular thing. Excuse me. It'll be around this price. And it gives people the opportunity to kind of save their money and make the necessary arrangements and, rethink other purchases and so on. But they just kind of drop things and don't really give you a heads up too much about it. And then, a $500 piece like that, where you have to come up with the money and then you don't get the item for 2 years, is a lot, I think, to ask for people.
Yeah. You have to actually pay up front as well.
Yeah, you do. You have to pay everything up front.
And what happened if it doesn't get funded? They give you your money back?
Well, they don't take your money until the last day when it funds.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So you put it in, and then once it funds, they'll take your money out.
Okay.
But the question was raised before, all right, well, what if we just get over it and then people cancel?
Yeah.
Does the entire project cancel? So
yeah, a lot of them say just do an NRD of like 100 or something, and then do a payment plan.
Yeah, like there's no reason they can't do that. So maybe show of hands, who thinks it was a success? Nobody?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Considering all the other projects, I don't think you could call this really a success. I mean, it funded, if you want to say that's a success, but the bar is pretty high for these things, so I would say no. All right, let's move along. So, what are we talking about next? What's up next? So this is the rules. This is our top 10 for 2024 so far.
Man, this was hard, man.
Yeah, it was
hard. This was hard.
Everybody knows what your top 1 or 2 are gonna be. So
oh yeah, everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Yeah, this was a lot harder than I thought, even when you factor in all these rules. I mean,
you guys cheated though. You guys went out of figures.
What is that?
If I didn't go out of figures, I wouldn't have had a list.
Right? Cheated.
So we'll go over the rules. Let's go over the rules and let people think about it, even people watching. So the rules are, number 1, it has to have been released between December 23rd. We're a bit flexible on that. To now. Now meaning the end of June. I wouldn't say July. So it has to be, I would say, December 1st to June 30th. Because, when something releases in different parts of the world on, let's just say December 1st, let's say a MAFEX figure, there's no telling when Big Bad Toy Store is going to get it in, especially with the holidays, all of the packages, things get delayed. So I would say it would be December 1st to the end of June. Rule number 2, it must be in hand. That means there's no pile of loot. So if you bought something from Big Bad again and it's in your pile of loot, unless you have it in hand, it doesn't count. Number 3, no reissues. And I think this killed a lot of you guys because I know people have been getting a lot of reissues recently, whether it's Amazing Yamaguchi or it's the MAFEX stuff.
And some of them I actually didn't know were reissues too. I found out like later on about it. That's the
yeah,
tricky.
yeah. A 2.0 is fine. A 1.5, like those RoboCop renewals that came out at the beginning of the year in January by MAFEX. Those are totally new numbers, so those don't count as a reissue.
I didn't know 2.0s were.
Me too. Let me change.
Could put this guy in.
It's not a reissue. It's a 2.0.
2.0.
Oh.
No going back now, guys. Save it for December. Save it for December.
Damn it.
All right. So number 4 can be any scale at all. Number 5, and this applies a lot to James and myself. It can be anything that you collect. So I was kind of expecting Al to put in a pair of sneakers. He didn't put in anything.
I was actually thinking about doing that, but you know what? I was like, it's already hard enough with the figures.
Yeah.
Let me just try to stick to figures for now.
I was gonna put some sneakers too, but I was like, nope. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
December. So I think in December we'll probably do the top 24 of 24 as opposed to the top 10. Because we can include a lot in, but try to keep it in order. Number 5, anything that you could collect, and number 6, it has to be associated with collecting. Okay, so it has to be associated with collecting. You can't say, well, I got a new iPhone. Well, sorry, that's not going to cut it. Okay, so before we start, let me just again go back into the chat because this is going to take up a lot of time. Greg, the MAFEX Battinson. I actually didn't pick that up. I haven't picked that up yet. Do you guys have that?
No.
No, but I've seen some nice pictures of them, so it makes me want to pick it up.
I have the SHF version. As you can see,
that's awful.
Yeah, Cape is gone. Cape was just horrible. And the head sculpt as well. But I go into that a bit further on my list actually, so I'll save it for later.
Okay. All right. So again, sorry about the cough. Greg, he likes the Nightfall. So let's go down. All right. So we'll start off. Everybody ready?
Ready.
Yep.
Everybody ready to start talking? Okay. All right. So here we go. Whoa. The order is Al, then it's Derek, then it's James, Ryan, and me. And then it will snake, so it'll flip. Okay. So as we're doing it, we'll start it off. It'll be Al, it'll be Derek, James, Ryan, and Robert. And then that's for number 10. Then for number 9, it'll flip. It'll be me first, and so on. Okay. So everybody's ready. Which one am I? Am I this old guy in the middle? Is that one me? Looks like me. It's on my gut.
I'm the buff guy.
All right. So this is Al. Al, take it away.
All right. So making my list at number 10 is the Hero Toys Orc Warrior. So I've discussed with plenty of people in the group, our love of Warcraft. It was a big part of my childhood in gaming growing up, and even up to adulthood, going from like the original strategy Warcraft games up until World of Warcraft, which is an MMO. So this is kind of like I see as like my Mythic Legion. I know there's a lot of Mythic Legions fans, the fantasy looks, but for me, I guess this third party line is kind of like feeling that Mythic Legions void for me because I haven't gotten into that. But this figure so far, and there's a couple third-party figures, but this is the only one I picked up so far. But this is based on one of the PvP armor sets. Really great figure. If you ever see it in hand, very detailed. Really good build as well. So this one starts off my list at number 10.
Okay, great. Next, we have Derek.
Hey, so with the success of like X-Men 97, man, I'm loving what they did with Magneto. This is like, I feel like this is a Magneto. I've never seen this kind of Magneto, so I was super excited about getting him. I wish they would have did the cape a little better, and that's why I kind of made it 10. But the face sculpt, for the posability, like everything is so good on this figure here, and it comes with quite a bit of accessories as well. You have a face, another head sculpt, and 2 hands. So yeah, man, I just like what they're doing with X-Men 97 on Hasbro, like, so for sure.
Okay, so number 10. Next, James.
Yeah, this one I think was very popular. I've put it on my number 10 list mainly because its brother, the normal head sculpt, is so much better. But this one, I bought it after I bought the normal head sculpt because I thought I liked the normal head sculpt and thought it was great. By no means is it bad. It's just not as good as the normal head sculpt. It still made my top 10 because I still like it, and I still display it on the figure. But I'm probably going to stick this on my Zack Snyder Justice League Superman instead.
Okay. Ryan.
Okay, I'm the first cheater, so I think I picked 3. It was a 3-way tie. I had Batman on Horse, Dark Knight Returns, one of the non-reissues this year, the Matt Ferguson Japanese variant of Episode 1, the red pops on that. I got the NECA 4-pack, Usagi Yojimbo, the Year of the Rabbit. I got that. And out of those 3, they're all tied, so they're all my favorite.
Okay. Definitely the cheater. Did anybody
got a top 12.
Top 27.
Did anybody else get that Episode 1 poster? No? You guys just, you're not into posters at all?
So what I put on my walls, if you can kind of see in the back, they're like the metal tin signs.
Okay.
I love, movie art, poster art, but I haven't got into it where it was like the more expensive collectible type. I'm more of like, just the OG look, just want something on the wall type person when it comes to that.
Yeah. I got this poster, but he got the variant. I got the regular. So mine is all color, whereas his is kind of sepia and red. So, but it's Ferguson is doing all the anniversary posters. So he did Empire, he did Jedi, he's done Episode 1. He'll probably do 2, 3, the 50th Star Wars. So it'll be great to collect them all because they all kind of look the same. So it'll be nice to have them all kind of together.
It looks very nice.
All right. So for me, I have the MAFEX 205. That's the Batman and the Horse. So Ryan and I both sort of have it at number 10. I like the figure a lot. I think it's definitely one of their better releases for this year. The Batman alone is a really great figure. But when you have him on the horse with that cape just kind of flowing, for those of you who have the figure, you know what I'm talking about. The cape is massive. So while you have him on the horse, having that cape just kind of flowing behind him is really, really cool. You can take that pole out under the horse as well if you think aesthetically it's not really your thing. So this one, again, really, really good figure. I didn't pick it up opening release day. I kind of wish I did. I wish I did a review of it, but I was kind of busy that week. So picked it up later. It's my number 10. I'm very, very happy with it.
Is the cape wired?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that
I'm
just on
still
the
waiting
side?
on mine.
What is that?
Is it just wired on the sides, or is it wired on the bottom as well?
It's wired like all the other capes that the Batman has.
Mm.
Yeah. All right, number 9. So this is me getting out of toys. This is the Pablo Oliveira. This is his Star Wars prequel trilogy. And this one is the title variant. So if you see here, and then here, it has the title of each movie. So episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. They only made 30 of this set, so I was lucky enough to get one. Really, really cool, really great. You have them all together. The first one it's really nice. The colors are really nice, but I think that second and third one are really, those are great. They really hit. So super happy with this set. Extremely happy, and it makes my number 9. Okay, Ryan.
I cheated again. My bad. C3PO, any of these, number 9. I'm not sure if the one on the far right was even this year. So Return of the Jedi or 000 is in my top 9. Hot Toys. Love it. We went from 0 to 3 versions.
Yeah, I think that 3PO came out last year. The Attack of the Clones one. I think that came out last year. But who knows? You gotta stop
It
with the
depends
cheating.
on sideshow releases too.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right. So I have this C3PO coming, the middle one. I have this one from Attack of the Clones. It's a really, really good figure. And that 000 hasn't released in Japan yet. So I don't know when it's gonna release. Who knows?
Wow.
So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. All right, next we have James.
Yeah, next one, MAFEX Winter Soldier. It's all around great figure. I was after a Bucky or Winter Soldier for the collection. I didn't like the Infinity War or the Endgame versions. And I know this was one, as he was brainwashed and whatnot, but I just think the aesthetics of this character is cool. I like the whole, metal arm with a Soviet star on and the mask, and that's the way I've got him displayed. I've got him displayed with his full mask and the shield. A bit disappointing that, and this is the reason why he's so low, is because it didn't come with guns. But I think that's most of the new figures these days. I don't know if it's a Disney thing, with not including guns, but it gives us the opportunity to go to a few of the great 3D printer guys out there that do the 3D printing, and grab myself a couple of guns, a few rifles and whatnot. I don't know if you can see that little pistol there, but
Hold on a second.
yeah.
Hold on a second.
Oh,
He shows again.
yeah. Let's see, little
There
pistol,
you go.
and I got a lovely. This is the way he's displayed.
Nice.
As you can see, he's got a
Very
nice
nice.
little rifle there. And yeah, as you say, it would have been great if he had came with guns, but either way, yeah, great figure.
Okay, great. I really like this. Do you guys have this?
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah. Like he said, the absence of the guns prevented it from making my top 10. So
Yeah, I'd say same for me. But overall, yeah, I'd say this is like the ideal representation of a Bucky look. It's like so classic and just great shelf presence in terms of the actual figure itself. But almost made my list too. But yeah, it was the guns that didn't do it for me.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Okay, Derek.
Bam, mine is the same exact one. But the reason why I put mine so low, not only because for the guns, but I mean, we all have like assault rifles and pistols and everything lying around that we can interchange if we needed to. And of course, like James said, you got some really good 3D sculptors who can get you one. But why I put this one so low is the head didn't move. I get so irritated if I can't move the heads. Like I'm big on posability.
Because of the
But you
hair.
can't move it back, so he's just always like this. Or
That's the case with a lot of their new releases.
and it's MAFEX, so that's why like I'm super disappointed in a lot of the MAFEX, the new ones that are coming out. It's like they're forgetting about posability and
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I have it so low. But I had the Hasbro one, and I actually sold it because this one was coming out. Now I kind of regret selling mine because that one had like a assault rifle, it had 2 guns, it had a whole bunch of stuff with it. So now I'm gonna have to look for that. But then it took me a while to find that guy for a decent price too. So yeah.
Okay. Al?
Ooh.
All right, so this is, I forgot this even came out this year. So many releases, but yeah, so the SH Figuarts Spider-Man 2099 figure from the Across the Spider-Verse movie. Growing up, especially being a kid in the 90s, we had some pretty crazy radical designs for classic characters, and the 2099 universe was one of those. Into the future, you got your future version of Spider-Man, and they had other characters too, like Doctor Doom and whatnot. But the 2099 look was always one of my favorites of the redesigns from the 90s, and it was great to see some love being shown now, especially with the Spider-Verse movies being so popular. And in hand, this figure is really great. The detailing on the costume, all those little intricate lines are sculpted, and great articulation on this figure as well. And there is also a hack you can do if you have this figure. You can look it up online. The waist ball joint, if you flip it, will give you more of an ab crunch as well. But again, this is a great figure in hand, and I know they make a KO of it now, but I haven't picked that up. But this figure alone, just the presence alone, just posing it, great figure, and it made my top 10 as well, number 9.
Cool. I ordered this off of Amazon USA. Totally forgot about it. And then it was shipped. I was like, oh, I didn't even remember I ordered it. Got it in hand. It was great. It was a great figure. I was very surprised how good it was. So, excellent.
Do you guys feel those figure arts do better with Spider-Mans than MAFEX?
Well, that figure.
Yeah.
So we've kind of talked about how some of the Figuarts, the sculpting on their Spider-Mans are kind of garbage.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, I think they do like awesome with the animated looks, in my opinion. Oh, it's me again. Ha! So my number 8. So this is I think it's How You Toys. It's a 1/6 scale Conan. So I'm a big Arnold fan. He was one of my favorite actors growing up. Not just an actor, but even before that, when he was into bodybuilding, he's one of the guys that got me into the gym. And it's hard to find an Arnold Conan figure, especially in 1/6 scale. There's been other third-party companies that have done it before too. I only know of 2 other ones, and they're extremely hard to find now. So when this was announced, if you look at the picture on the left, I know it's kind of hard to see, but the face sculpt on it didn't look that great from when they first previewed it. But I'm saying, hey, it's an Arnold, Conan, I got to get it. And worst case scenario, maybe I can pick up a custom sculpt later down the road. But in hand, this isn't actually my photo on the right. I'm not that good of a hairstylist yet, but the sculpt came out a lot better looking than the preview. The preview, it looked like the guy that played Conan on that live action TV show, but in hand, it actually looks a lot more like Arnold. And if you can get the hair to look good as this collector did on the right, man, that looks like Arnold to me, no doubt. So this one, made my top 10 at number 8, and came out a lot better than I expected.
That figure made my top list for last year. I got it last year at the end of the year. Love it.
Ah, okay.
Love it.
Yeah, it's
Such a
in
great
hand.
figure.
It's yeah, and just the tailoring on the suit, the sword
Mhm.
is die cast. It's an amazing figure.
Yeah. Die cast swords. Excellent. Yeah. And that base, it fits right on that base so well. It's really, really good.
Oh yeah, the bases. Yeah, and you know, most of the 1/6 scale figures, they all come with bases, but most of them are like a generic plastic with a name on it.
Yeah.
Not many come with like a diorama style base, and that was just an awesome inclusion.
Yeah. Great figure. Okay. Dark.
Yeah, so I picked MAFEX Captain America 201 stealth suit. Man, I remember when this came out, I was in New York. Right now I'm in Sweden, and I go home quite often. And this was supposed to be released, I think, in February. So I was waiting for it. I was like, okay, it can come in and I can get it shipped to me. And no, just came out just now. Um, I like the figure. I don't love it. I feel like the ab crunch could be a bit better. But I love the size of it. I love how well built he is. I love the different head sculpts. A lot of people complain about the head sculpt, but I think it's pretty good. The help sculpt, the head sculpt. So yeah, this is definitely, I needed a cap into my collection, a good cap. I had a few figure arts, but I needed a really good cap. But now I still need a good cap. So yeah.
Okay. James.
Yeah, so breaking the trend of figures, this year, or rather back end of last year, you might know, or you might have heard of Joe Charman. He is the skills guy, so he would always do trick shots in videos. He started off on Vine all those years ago.
Oh, fine.
Yeah. So it was a while ago. He went, he went viral. Over 1 million followers. Loads and loads of views. But he's an artist, and I started following him because of the skills videos, and then came to love his art. And there's other bits of art that feature in here, but the actual card set that I bought, he was doing it to mirror the proxy set, the base set. Sorry, to be a proxy set of the base set of Pokemon cards. And he started off doing foil packs, so you had that whole nostalgia and the hit of getting mystery packs and pulling nice cards, and each card is a proxy for the card that you got from the original Pokemon set. I've got a few here, which are they're all mashups. So this one, for instance, is Courage the Cowardly Dog, and it's mixed with Darth Vader. So each card is exactly like that. You've got Tintin and the Matrix. So I know the focus isn't that great, but yeah, there's loads of different ones that keeping on theme with Japanese figures. You've got Gundam and Dexter's Laboratory, if anyone remembers that from the 90s. And there's just loads of different cards like that with loads of different mashups. And the second set is actually coming out soon as well. So the first set is completely sold out now, and there's a great community over there, kind of like the YouTube channel that we've got for Don't Tell Your Wife. It's the same sort of vibe there, collectors doing what they do best and collecting. And yeah, the only reason why, again, it's so low on my list of my top 10 is because I've got other stuff within this collection and also custom pieces that I've ordered from him as well. But yeah, it's absolutely spot on. He does it all with his brother Ben. And yeah, you know, at Shed Door Card Collecting, you should go check it out on Facebook.
Okay. Very good.
Okay, my number 8 is Art of G.I. Joe, Real American Hero hardcover omnibus by 3D Joes. This thing's a beast, but it also costs about $150. But if you like G.I. Joe, this is a must. It's a heavy book. It's got a lot of prints with it. I think total of 20 prints with it and a box case. So highly recommend it if you like to look at the artwork from the 80s and 90s of G.I. Joe. It's a must.
Yeah, it looks good. I like that it has that retro figure case. It's really cool.
And then also they have the Blu-ray disc coming out, I think next month, he said. And you can get on Big Bag Toy Store for $4 shipping, but it's actually cheaper on 3D Joe's. It's only $30 instead of $35 on Big Bad Toy Store. And shipping, I think they're shipping in media mail, so it's only $4. So it's only $34 compared to $39 on Big Bad Toy Store.
Wow. Okay, so for me, this was a little bit of a surprise. I have the Hot Toys. It's the MMS 635. It's the Lightyear Deluxe Edition. I wasn't really sure I wanted to get it. I walked into Toy Sapiens. I saw it there on display. And man, it looks really good in person. Really, really good. So I ended up grabbing one. I've kind of contemplated grabbing another and putting one of my extra Chris Evans heads on it. Because I don't even think I have it here. I do have it here. Give me a moment. Ugh. I have that Woody that came out from that third party that I would put them together. So I would get a Tom Hanks head sculpt, take that Woody head off, put the Tom Hanks one on it, and then put the Chris Evans on the Buzz and probably put them together. But this is a really good figure. It's an excellent figure. Great posability, great colors. The movie wasn't so hot, and I think that hurt the sale of the figure, and I think it hurt a lot of the exposure to the figure. But I love it. I think it's great, and it is my number 8. Now down to 7. Again with me, this is the DID. It's the MA80170. It's the FA-18 pilot, Captain Mitchell, basically Tom Cruise Maverick. This is a great figure if you know what you're getting. So this is one of the military figures, and if anybody's ever collected military figures from, DID or Facepool or whatever it is, they give you the figure and they basically want you to put it together, put all the pouches on and all the stuff on. And let me tell you, man, you'll lose your mind trying to do it. It takes you hours to put the thing together. I'm not joking. It takes you hours. But once you get it together, once you get the whole thing, put together, it's awesome. It's great. So I've been buying DID and Facepool figures. They're World War II stuff, like the Saving Private Ryan team, and now they're kind of moving on to like Band of Brothers in the Pacific. So I knew what I was getting when I got the figure, but it was still a very stressful figure to kind of put together. Particularly the pouches here in the front, they were very, very hard to get in through this kind of flight suit here. It was very challenging, but I ended up getting it. And once you got it in, I mean, it's there forever. It's never going to come off. So this figure is awesome. I think it's sold out pretty much everywhere at this point. But I'm really happy I got it. A really, really great figure. So that's my
Sculpt's
number
very
7.
good.
Sculpt is really good. Getting Tom Cruise is not easy. I have the Pop Toys Last Samurai Tom Cruise. That's a really good sculpt.
Oh,
It's a really good one. So
that's one that I missed out on. Ah, man, the resale prices on that one,
yeah,
insane.
I know.
Insane.
He's up there. So anyway, he's a great figure. So let's move along. We got Ryan.
Okay, my number 7 is Firefly Mesco. Awesome figure. Could have easily been in my top 4. I bought 2 of them. Of course, 1/12. I also bought a Punisher head sculpt to put on him. So again, I might get 3 of them. That's one of the things that I might just start army building. Very nice figure. A lot of stuff to put on him. Can't articulate, but he's a pretty sweet figure. If you don't have G.I. Joe or Cobra Mesco yet, you probably need to jump on it before they sell out.
Looks a bit like John Cena.
Yeah, it does.
I thought you were going to say it looks like me.
I think it looks a little bit. I mean, the bottom right one definitely looks like John Cena.
Yeah.
How's the articulation
that
on that?
jawline?
Articulation's fine for a Mesco. I mean, he's got tons of stuff on him too, so that's something you
Okay.
have to deal with.
Okay.
Lots of pieces.
Okay.
All right, James.
Yeah, so continuing the card collecting theme, after the official release of Series 1, there was a few different one-offs or a few different art-inspired, because that's the whole theme with the cards. And Joe took several of everybody's favorite characters and turned them into full art cards. And again, they're just used for display, and so I've got them up on the wall. And having the mashup of you can just look at them and you can immediately tell what the mashup is. You've got obviously Scar from The Lion King, and he's Scarface from the movie Al Pacino. Chucky doll, Chucky from the Rugrats, mashed with Chucky from horror, killing Chucky, so on and so forth. Just with there's a reoccurring theme across the cards as well, which is Pinky and the Brain being Marty McFly and Doc Brown. So it's all very retro and it all very mixes in with exactly my theme and what I'm about. Everything
That's cool,
from my
actually.
childhood. Yeah, they're very cool. As I say, it's the nostalgia hit, which is the biggest thing. There's like mashups of Pokemon, as you can see. There's Mario and Raichu there. So the character is called Mario Chew, and the one before that's called Pikabro, who is Pikachu and Mario mashed together. And as I say, it's just it's that great nostalgia hit, because when I think I was probably about 9 or 10 when Pokemon first came out, so I was right bang at that age where opening the cards of the base set, it was a very, very big thing. So having that nostalgia hit to go back to was second to none.
Yeah, those look really good. They kind of give me some Garbage Pail Kids vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was buying. I passed on those Garbage Pail Kids. I was buying candy cigarettes back then.
What a loser!
I was a heavy smoker.
Candy cigarettes.
I like that Care Bears and Breaking Bad mashup. That was nice.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
Yeah,
Like
that-
that one.
Yeah.
That's one of the
best one.
most. I think that's one of the most popular ones, where there's a character called Heisenbear instead of and Heisenbear is a mashup of Heisenberg and a Care Bear as well, and again loads of different pieces and loads of different little bits of art and skateboards and that he does as well. There's loads of different things surrounding all the characters, which is quite cool. So not only in the card sets, you know, he tries to give you, if you're collecting something, he tries to give you more of a collection, you know, to build it out basically. And you know, in the figure world, there's nothing, you know, we're not short of figures that we can collect. The same as the card world as well. I've just started recently dipping my toes into that, and it's crazy big. Loads of money involved.
Nice.
Derek?
Yeah. So, like I said, man, I feel like X-Men 97 is like a timestamp for us on this year. Like, you know, since this came out, it kind of like took over like at like 25 million views or something like that. So for me, like when I think of top is like what has stamped the time, and also for this Hasbro to do such a good job, especially like with the app crunch and everything. It was just like such a really good job, and like it gave this guy a hard time because a lot of people were, you know, kind of upset about the clause and everything. But this is it. This is the original. This isn't the reissue. But like for this to be able to do everything that the MAFEX can do, and it had just as many accessories as well, and like it can get a little bit lower on the app crunch. So this guy, he gave MAFEX a run for his money, and also like I mean, it's just an amazing figure. So that's why I chose this to be so high and above like a lot of the MAFEX, because actually it was more bang for its buck. And like even now, if you try to get it on, like, you know, the resale is crazy on this. So so yeah, that's why I chose this X-Men 97 Wolverine Marvel Legend. So
yeah, X-Men 97, man, what a great continuation of the series.
Oh, Robert, you're on mute.
All right.
My bad.
So for me,
Go ahead, Al.
number 7, I have the Rage Toys Autumn, aka Donatello, not Donatello. This one is a third-party company's version of the Ninja Turtles. So basically, there's 2 looks that you can kind of set up. You know, more classic Donatello look on the left. You know, with you know, all his like scientific gear. You know, he's the brains of the group. And then on the right, they have a more like ancient, almost like a shinobi look. This is actually more of like a 1/18 scale when you see it in the hand. I think it's advertised as a 1/12, but it's kind of small. But the detailing on it, again, really great. Probably some of the best posability you can get from a Ninja Turtle figure overall. And they did also make a Leo that came out, I believe it was either last year or the year before. They also released a Splinter, which I haven't gotten yet. And they do have a Michelangelo and now a Bebop on pre-order. Great set. I'm looking forward to collecting all of them and getting, you know, the 4 brothers together. But yeah, this made my number 7.
Very cool. Yeah, the design is awesome.
Yeah. Can he stand on 1 foot?
And can he?
Yes, I have a picture I posted. I'll have to repost it or send it to you. But I have him on one leg, basically, just kind of balanced him out.
Nice.
Really cool pose.
Yeah.
I don't have it right now. Oh, me again. Yeah, number 6. I just got this in what I believe it was last week. MAFEX 210 Ahsoka. I know a lot of people were, you know, before this figure came out, you know, Bo-Katan was kind of a hit or miss for most people. So a lot of people were kind of worried about the Ahsoka. But, you know, I did open it up a little bit. I put it back in the box, but the detailing on this, amazing. It's a really great head sculpt. From the pictures from before the previews, you know, a lot of us were thinking it might be too soft of a sculpt, but when you get in hand, it's a great figure. Very posable as well too, and the way they did the poncho, great when you have it on, as you can see from the picture on the right. I've said it before, I think on the last stream, you know, Ahsoka was probably one of the best, if not the best, to come out of the Clone Wars series and added to the lore of Star Wars. And Rosario Dawson was always a fan cast, and it was great to see her casted as Ahsoka. Probably one of the better, I guess, characters also in the Disney live action, series or movies now. But yeah, it's a great figure. I was glad that I was able to get it in order to make my top 10.
How's the head articulation on that one with the
you know what?
hair,
I
guess
played
you
around
call
with it. Yeah, the with it Lekus, I believe what they're called. You know what? I played around with it a little bit. I didn't see any issues. I know Robert has been able to play around with it a little bit more, so he might have some more insight on the
Yeah,
head
I mean,
articulation.
it's not obviously with the head sculpt, you're not going to have the same articulation that you would have on a regular male superhero head, but this figure just missed my top 10. I would say it was number 11. Unfortunately, I'm not cheating like Ryan. I'm not throwing 17 number 10s in there. but
Top
this
30.
this figure really surprised me how much I liked it, especially as Al was saying, that Bo-Katan. I was a bit disappointed with the Bo-Katan. Like the costume of the Bo-Katan, the weathering on the helmet is fantastic, but
Head
single
articulation, I
jointed
remember you saying
knees and
about it as well.
elbows. It's no ab crunch really. It's like, come on. But this one, I was really, really happy with it. It's a great figure. If you haven't picked it up, you don't know what you're getting with the Figuarts. You don't know what you're getting. We know.
Did that come out yet?
This is.
No, not yet. I've got on pre-order.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a really good figure.
I'm probably going to pick up both and then decide which one to keep.
Well, I'm going to have a review of both side by side, so I'll hopefully save some people some money, maybe.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Derek?
I had to go Hasbro again, but you know what? This is actually one of my favorite pickups this year. It comes with a Wolverine as well, but I actually don't have him. I got rid of that guy. I have too many as it is. But I want to get a close up of this guy. His mouth. It's it's just amazing how detailed the mouth is.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm going the wrong way. So yeah, I just love this guy, how menacing he is, and how the body sculpt is, and I just saw that they redid this body sculpt from Omega, I believe. It's from an old Omega body count.
Omega Red.
Yeah. So they put his body but they took the hands and they took the hands off and they put new hands. Another weird part is that you see the joints on here, but then you see the joints on the leg.
Yeah.
So it's pinless here, but it's not. It's pinned on the legs. Yeah. But I think this is one of my favorite pickups, especially because of the head sculpt. Because if you look at something like a Hulk, like the mouth isn't as detailed, Yeah. So yeah, that's why I picked this guy over a lot of like MAFEX and other stuff. So yeah, man, that's mine. Sabretooth, the menacing.
I think the mouth is. I think the mouth's like a hit and miss with many of them. I think that's the reason why I didn't enjoy the laser version of the Henry Cavill sculpt. My number 10 was because the mouth was just that little bit off. Must be hard for them to get.
Yeah, they did amazing. I haven't seen any that good actually.
Yeah,
James, you're up.
Yeah, my number 6 after Robert just bashed this, but never mind. I was in two minds about getting this figure. The reason why I eventually did, Robert, your video review with the hair and the not being able to look up sort of solidified my view in thinking, oh well, yeah, I won't get it. If I find it for cheap, I'll pick it up. But everybody else was saying how good it was, and how, you know, if you look past that, the head, especially the helmeted head, the detail on the helmeted head is just brilliant. So I have a couple of other Mandalorians. I've got a Jango Fett and I've got a Jindarin, and I have none of them. I don't have the what do you call it, the grappling hook. So I've got Bo-Katan up in the air. I could get her out, but I will knock everything down. So I'm not going to. But I've got her. I've got her with a pistol up in the air and shooting the grappling hook, and she looks brilliant. She really does look nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike the figure. I think I gave it a 7.5 or even an 8. My issue is the articulation.
Yeah,
that's my issue. The figure looks great.
Yeah,
I think the head sculpt's not there, but the helmet's a 10.
helmet's lovely.
Amazing. Yeah, helmet's great. But you know, I want better articulation on my MAFEX figures.
Yeah, for the price.
For that, you might as well get Hasbro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pay a third of the price.
Ryan's up.
Okay, this figure led to me to spend over 100 or 1K, so this one's important. This one could have been that top 3 again. It's Prune Face, Dick Tracy. I bought so many figures after getting this one, and I bought books, I bought the comic strips, everything. Prune Face is awesome. Kind of looks like Biden too. So
I was just
black and
thinking
white
that.
photography looks great. He got a lot of outfits. He's a heck of a figure to have. And on the next slide, if you go to the next slide, a guy named Boba Chuck. I don't know how to say his name, but he's an awesome photographer, makes dioramas. He's on the Mezco pages. He influenced me. I told him yesterday, I said, man, you probably cost me a lot of money. And he said he greatly appreciated. But
Ryan likes to blame people for his
and I got
addiction.
a diorama being built, several $100. It's going to be a dive bar, so it's going to be the gangster hangout. I got Dick Tracy pack coming. I have 2 of these too. Did a little head swap, so I got another gangster mafia, whatever you want to call it. So that is my number 6.
Nice.
Okay. So this is me. This is Muff Toys. This is the top agent. So it's basically James Bond. Yeah, I don't know who has this figure out there, but it is a really fantastic figure. So
is this 112?
This is 112. Yeah. So the head sculpt's awesome. It comes. My only issue is the gun is so small, but it's James Bond sized gun. So it comes, I believe it comes with a couple sets of hands. The base is magnetized like an inart, so he'll just stand on it.
Okay.
And the tuxedo jacket is magnetized, so it'll close. You don't have to clip anything. The figure is amazing. It's an amazing figure. If you can find it, get it. It's a really great figure. So this is absolutely going to make my top 10 of 112 figures this year. It's such an amazing piece. So really happy with it. I got it right at the beginning of the new year, so it released, I would say, in December. But you can still find it out there. Anybody who's interested, it's an amazing piece. Muff Toys.
Hey, Robert, you're talking too much. I still don't have it.
You don't have it?
Yeah.
Ugh. All right. Well, let's.
I see a few on eBay. I'm getting this guy. This is amazing.
He's an amazing figure.
You know,
I've been wanting this one too.
There's a deluxe kind of, and then there's a regular. I got the regular.
I would like him in more of like a safari, because that's when he usually have the bigger guns, when he's out like looking like he's on like traveling in like the Sahara Desert or something like that. You know?
Yeah. So, Muff Toys.
Nice. Robert, how's the Omega watch detail on that figure?
I mean, he comes with a watch. That's all I'll say. I'm not a watch guy. I'm not. I mean, you know, those kind of things. It's just like, all right, he's got a watch. Put it on. That's it. So, all right. So for me, my number 5 is the MAFEX 216. It's the Bane. When I saw this in Project 1/6, I was kind of blown away with just how great it looked. I mean, I had seen it at the Metacom event, but it wasn't painted when I saw it, and I didn't have it like directly in front of me with nobody else around me, you know, kind of moving around. I could hold it, I could touch it, and I was just blown away. And when I did the review, I was equally blown away even more. So it's an awesome figure. The people at Project 1/6 told me that this has been overwhelmingly an in-demand figure, super positive. If you haven't gotten it yet, make sure you do, because it's most likely going to sell out this summer. So the reaction to it has been that positive. So if you have it, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't have it, just listen to people who do. It's an amazing piece. My number 5.
That one didn't make my
Ryan?
list quite yet, just because it's still in the warehouse for me.
Mine as well.
Yeah.
Okay, another Mesco, great figure. It's Mesco the Shadow. Again, I bought 2 of them, so if I buy 2 of them, they're worth it. Comes with a lot of accessories. I think it was $90, $95 now. The second one I bought, I think I spent $170 or $164, but definitely worth it. Awesome figure, hard to find. Mesco had issues with getting him and Storm Shadow confused, so I don't know if everybody got there, but highly recommended. Lots of soft goods, lots of accessories. My number, what is it, 5, I think?
Number 5. Okay. James? James got a lot of cards on here.
Yeah.
Are you muted, James?
Muted.
Talking away there. I'm saying, yeah, the cards and figures are the only things I collect. So it's the only things that I have. I'm fairly new to the whole collecting game anyway. I've never had the space before. That's been the main thing.
Nobody has space,
house.
James.
Yeah, well, you know, you guys all have these impressive displays where you've got all your glass cabinets and stuff. I'm not at that level yet, but I'm aspiring to be there someday, although the wife will kill me. But that's what it's about,
Well,
I have to say.
she likes things being organized, right?
Well, yeah, there is that, and as long as I keep things tidy, then yeah, there shouldn't be any fuss. But yeah, these cards again, great. These ones are by Ben Charman Art. You can find him on Etsy and Facebook, and they are from The Last Airbender. So again, it's just he does light boxes, which is a frame with layered paper and light in the background, different colors, and they look really, really nice. And these are basically the card versions. Again, to have something standing like that on my desk, I haven't dipped into buying one of the light boxes yet, but when he brought these out, limited to, I think there was only 13 sets. I had to grab them straight away because you know you've got the 4 elements there on each of the cards. An Airbender, you know, who doesn't like Airbender? It's one of the best stories that has, you know, come out of westernized Japan, shall we say. I just think it's a great story. Shame that the movies haven't caught on. The last movie I thought was great. The series that's just come out, absolutely brilliant. I can't wait for the second season of that. But yeah, I love anything Airbender. That's my number 5.
Okay. Derek?
Right. Well, I chose this guy I had to go on a search for. I didn't think it would be that hard to get him. Like once he sold out, it was actually quite hard to find him, and then he popped up on like some Japanese sites for a little while, and then he's gone again. But the MAFEX 112 Magneto. This is the comic. It's the comic version here. But yeah, this came out. I wasn't sure if this came out this year. It was a remake, but then they had an older version that had the ponytails. That I guess that was the which one was that?
The Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah, Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, man, why I love this guy so much is because of his cape. His cape is amazing, right? Like,
yeah, the cape is great.
It's a good wire, yeah.
Such a good wiring, and it just screamed, really good MAFEX. So Magneto. So yeah, man, that's why I chose this guy. My favorite MAFEX right now. To be honest, yeah.
So it's he definitely didn't come out this year.
Oh, it didn't come out this year.
No. He came out a long time ago.
Okay.
We'll let it slide because Ryan's been bending the rules,
Yeah. The thing is, when I search on the release date on some of these things, it'll show like it said this one came out December 2023.
So the first MAFEX that released this year were the renewal RoboCops. So look at their numbers. There's like
I think RoboCop's like 2
or something like
that.
that.
190. Yeah.
Okay.
So the Mandalorian is 200, I think.
Oh, okay. So from 200.
This one was like a while ago.
Oh, okay.
But it's a great figure.
Yeah. It's my favorite pickup this year. I picked it up this year. So.
Okay, Al.
All right, so at number 5, I have the SH Figuarts Legendary Super Saiyan Goku. This one, I believe it came out in January for me. This is probably the best first-party Goku figure you can get right now. They totally re-engineered, the body that they use for Goku. There's been a lot of third-party Gokus that have been coming out, and a lot of them arguably would say are better than the ones that SH Figuarts puts out. But once this came out, this one just threw everyone into another frenzy for the Dragon Ball figures, and now third parties are redoing their figures to top this one. But for any fans of Dragon Ball, this is a really iconic look for Goku. This is when he battled Frieza on Namek, and when he first goes Super Saiyan. And just with Akira Toriyama passing away this year, this just put this figure in another perspective for me. A lot of us grew up with Dragon Ball, being as one of our favorite anime shows. And I don't have hair now. I shaved my head, but when I was a kid, man, I tried to do my hair, the spikes, the Super Saiyan look, and bleach it too. But yeah, this is an amazing figure in hand. Detailing on it too, and the detailing on the tethered gi is amazing.
It does look very good.
Yeah, just so many different accessories with it too. Oh, me again at number 4. I have the Hot Toys Padme Amidala. This is a figure that a lot of us, 1/6 scale collectors have been wanting, and it took forever for Hot Toys to finally do a Padme. So this is, based on the Attack of the Clones look. Not quite the Battle of Geonosis. She doesn't have the battle damage look, but in hand, man, the sculpt is amazing. I'd say it's probably one of their best female sculpts that they've done. And this is one of the newer figures where they've introduced, the moving eyeballs, which was usually only say for the DX lines, but I'd say this is probably one of the better Hot Toys releases of the year so far. And you just have to see the sculpt in hand. I mean, just looking at the pictures alone, I show these pictures to some of my friends, and they really think it's a screenshot from from the movies. Yeah, it's amazing.
I had a student do a presentation about his favorite movie, and he did a presentation about Star Wars. and he used the
Mhm.
Hot Toy Luke Skywalker picture as part of his presentation. To him, that was Luke Skywalker. He didn't realize it was a figure. But me, I know what it is. But
Yeah,
looking at this, it's the same sort of thing. Like, it's an amazing capture of what they look like.
yeah.
The
It
sculpt
really
is
is.
great. Yeah, got to get into this, Derek. Come on.
I'm trying to save my money, man. I'm having a hard enough time with these freaking tariffs and all these taxes and crazy stuff. But yeah, my number 4 is Yamaguchi, man. They've been doing it. Is this from this year? I'm gonna double check. All right.
I don't know. Maybe
I believe this one is from this year.
it might be.
I think they did. I think this is like a 1.5, right? Maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, only thing I had issue with this one was the body. Is such a weird thing, but like the posability and all the effects that come in, and just like, I don't know, you guys have any like Yamaguchi figures, but the articulation is like no one's touching them right now from what I've seen. But yeah, it's an amazing figure.
I didn't have any Yamaguchi until you talked me into it, Derek. I'm glad you did, though.
Oh man, it's just, I mean, I'm really big. I work with body, so like I'm kind of infatuated with like how the body moves, and I can tell like when people have like scoliosis and all that stuff just by how they walk. So like I'm really big on like posability on the figures, and like I want to be able to do something. And Yamaguchi, I can always do whatever I want to do with my figures. So yeah, that's why I chose. I'm choosing a lot of Yamaguchi once we get up here now. So
I was in the Kyoto store today, and they had this on the shelf.
Okay.
Like,
the thing is, I like it, but if I would want them to do a little better, because the body was a bit weird, and the face sculpt is super weird. So, but once you have the mask on, it's good. Say it again.
He looks a bit like Ben Stiller. If he had blonde hair.
Exactly.
Very strange.
He looks like a
zombie
dead,
Ben Stiller,
dead version.
Yeah. All right, James.
Yeah, this is my number 4. So, with getting into the cards, and I've always wanted to get a custom piece done from Joe, and the start of this year, I think it was around about just after January time. Moving into my new house meant I had the space. Obviously, this is my own office. Everything in here is decorated by me, supervised by the wife, shall we say. She
approved by the wife.
Approved by the wife. That's probably the best way to look at it. And I always said that I wanted to get myself a custom piece of art. So what he does is he designs all the backgrounds, and he basically just you give him an idea, and then he draws all the stencils, cuts them, sprays them, does the canvases. He also does videos as well, where he actually shows you how the painting come about. And Homelander, he's probably my favorite villain of all time at the moment. He's absolutely brilliant. As you can see, I've got the 1/6 so up there. He's sort of my pride and joy. I've got the MAFEX 1/12 as well. And yeah, I think if I was super powered, and I'm quite happy to admit this, I would probably be as unhinged as Homelander is. I probably would be. Everybody likes to go with the whole ideal of I'll be like Superman. I'll have the no kill rule, and I'll be for the greater good. But yeah,
You're proud to say
me.
that's not you.
Definitely not. If I had superpowers, everyone would know it. And as you can see, you know, from the painting, this was before I put it up on the wall. It's currently hanging at the moment. And again, he's in his, you know, look at me, I'm the best pose. And I just think it's absolutely brilliant. I love the character, and I love what the artist was able to do. Expensive, getting a custom piece done, but
Sure.
you're getting what you pay for, and that's, you know, that's pretty much the top of it all. I think
How
Joe's
long did this take for him to do?
I think it was so the from payment, he engages you through messages and asks for ideas. What do you want on the painting, basically? And I basically said that I wanted, you know, he's look at me, God pose, and I also wanted the laughing face as he's on the, you know, before he lets the airplane go down. Is it season 1 or season 2?
Season 1, yeah.
Is that
think
season 1?
it's-
Yeah, because
yeah.
it's been out. It's been a while since I've gone back over them. I still haven't dipped into season 4 yet. I like to wait until the finish and then binge the whole thing.
I gave
But
up.
oh, really? Oh, don't say that. No, don't
I didn't
say
say
that.
anything.
Well, you know what it is. All the stuff online at the moment is how brilliant Anthony Starr's acting is.
He's amazing.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Mm.
how
He's
great
amazing.
Homelander is, and
Yeah.
to be honest, that's what I watched the show for. You know, as I say, you see loads of things online where people say, you know, they think Homelander's the hero, and you know, people are sorely mistaken. But you know, I think he's great. He's not a very nice person, but the character and the way Anthony Starr's bringing him to life, especially from the comics, it is just brilliant. And as I say, he is probably my favorite of anything at the moment. So that's why I got the custom art done. And you know, you can see I've put a little snippet of Joe's store there. He's got over 5,000 reviews now on his Etsy for his art. So you know, he's getting it out there. And the good thing about it is that you can get pieces that he makes off the shelf. I say off the shelf, still all customized, but that having that touch where you're able to have the input into what you want in there is fantastic. I've got a couple more behind me, which aren't. You see the ones up there, just in the corner. There's a Forest Trooper and Marilyn Monroe there as well, and yeah, I can't wait to get the next one, basically.
Okay. Awesome.
Very
Custom.
Banksy looking.
Yeah, very Banksy, right?
Yeah, as I
Yeah,
say,
I like it. I like it.
yeah, he's got videos on YouTube where he's got his own studio, and you can see him make the paintings from the blank canvas. And it's not just the stencil art, because you know that's the main focus of the picture, but the backgrounds and everything, you know, are all hand painted, and it's a process that he goes through. So yeah, it is quite special, I think, and that's the reason why I give him my money.
Good. All right, Ryan, you're back up.
Of course. Before I start, James, do you like Garth Ennis?
Say again, sorry.
You like the writer Garth Ennis of The Boys?
Yes.
Okay. Well, anyone out there, if you like Garth Ennis, I highly recommend buying the kids, buying the wife, the pro. So now you know. No, don't listen to any of that. Do not get that book for your wife or your kids. Just keep it for yourself. But number 4 is Mezco Storm Shadow. Another Mezco, so you can see the trend here. Awesome figure. Does show some joints, but highly recommended. Articulation on this is a lot better than most Mezcos. So get that before that sells out. A little bit more expensive than the other G.I. Joes, but Mezco's been killing it with Cobra and G.I. Joe this year. So definitely get this figure.
All right, now for me, this is the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man #1. It's a multi-layer acrylic panel. I got the comic book size set. It's the 3 sets, so it's basically the first print, the second print, and the third print. And you can see, looking at that, looking at the GIF, I guess, the animation, you can see how it's kind of layered. and you have a little bit of an impression down lower how it looks in person. So I got the X-Men #1 Jim Lee, which is quite big. That was the first one they did like that, and it blew me away. So when this went up for sale, I had to have it. So I got it. Recently, the Venom cover from Spider-Man, I think it was Spider-Man 13. They did that, and they did a Wolverine cover, but I didn't get the Wolverine. I wasn't as impressed with it. And they just kind of hinted, they dropped a hint on, this is Bottleneck Gallery, by the way. Bottleneck Gallery dropped a hint or kind of a tease that they're going to be doing an Empire Strikes Back poster in this kind of way with, some of the multi-layer. So like the Star Destroyers are coming out, or the TIE Fighters are coming out, and so on. So in person, these are amazing. If you're into Spider-Man, if you're into comics, just having this as part of your collection it's great. So this is my #4.
I'm on the website now. I'm going to buy that.
Which one?
Very nice. I'm looking at the Spider-Man one at the moment, but yeah, I'm going to go through.
Well, this one is long sold out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so this sold out in a couple minutes.
I'm not surprised.
The Spider-Man 13 sold out in a couple minutes. These all sell out in minutes. So I've been posting on the Facebook page when certain ones are going to be offered. So if you're in the group, just make sure that you're kind of keeping up with the daily posts. I'll post it, probably like, I don't know, 12 to 24 hours before it goes up. And just to give people a heads up, they usually go on sale around 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so like noontime in New York. Bottleneck Galleries in New York. And when they go up, again, depending on the piece, depending on the art, some last seconds, some last minutes, some last hours as well. But it's very rare that something will last a couple hours. Usually things sell out in minutes. So this one did, and they're going to be doing more like this. This is kind of a new approach to doing the art. So
I was going to say, there's not a Batman one planned at all, is there?
Well, I'm sure there is, but they haven't offered one yet. So
yeah, something like something like that I think would be great in Frank Miller style.
Yeah. So this is my #4.
Very nice.
Now for #3, excuse me, I have the DX27. This is the Vader from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. That you got it for the battle damage. I mean, let's just be honest. That's why you got it, and it doesn't disappoint. It's an incredible piece. When you have that helmet on with his face exposed like that from the show, didn't like the show, but I like this figure, so I picked it up. It's really great. I think I have almost every Vader that Hot Toys has released. I never got the Rogue One Vader. Not really sure why I didn't, but I have all the other ones. So this is just kind of added to my Vader collection. This is my #3. Ryan? Maybe he's... Oh, there he is.
Okay, Roadblock. Again, another G.I. Joe. Yo, Joe, right? Awesome figure. Hopefully everybody has it. I think it comes with 3 sculpts, a lot of different options. One of my favorites. It also led to me on a expensive spinning spree by picking up all the Mezcos. So I got Duke on pre-order, and then anything that followed this, I went ahead and pre-ordered. So great figure. It's a little bit on the small scale, but look at all those accessories it gets. So soft goods, great. Articulation's fine. The grinning or smiling face is great. Again, Mezco's been killing it. So you can probably figure out which one I'm going to pick for Brand of the Year, right?
Yeah.
So, and now I'm hoping. I was worried they lost the license or something, but with the recent Snake Eyes Commando being on pre-order, or what was it? couple weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, and I bought that right up. So I'm happy that they still have the G.I. Joe licensed Mezco, because I think there's a lot of opportunity they can go down that line and get a lot of other characters out there. So if you like G.I. Joe, you like Cobra, go down the Mezco route.
Okay. James?
Yeah, this is the last one of my cards, and this is my favorite card. So before the actual series was released, this one was released first, which was the back end of last year, and it is a mashup of the old Ancient Mew card, if anybody remembers that. It was a Japanese promo card that was released in '99 to coincide with the Pokemon movie, and I think you had to go to the cinemas to get the card, and again throughout the years, different reasons, don't have any of my original cards now, but with the Mandalorian recently getting quite a good following with the new TV series, Joe decided to mash up that ancient Mew card with Grogu, or Baby Yoda, as the uneducated might know him as, and as you can see, the style and the design of the card is exactly like the ancient Mew, but it's done in the black and gold style. And again, you won't be able to see it, but it's right next to the Witcher there, up behind me in an acrylic block, as well as I've got a Death Star up there, done as a tarot card by him as well. And overall, it's my favorite card out of my whole collection. I love it. And that's my number 3.
Okay.
That's dope.
Derek?
Yeah. Well, Yamaguchi again. Marvel,
Shocking.
amazing, yeah, right? Revoltech, Thor. Actually wasn't sure about this one, and then when I bought it and I got it in hand and seen all the accessories, all the Thunder accessories that it came with, it was just, oh man, it's amazing. Again, like the face sculpt is a bit weird, but once you get past that, the articulation is one to none. Like there's no Thor that I know that can move like that. I love how muscular he is. The cape is really good. It's amazing. But yeah, so many possibilities with this one, and they have I think the additional one had like a swinging the hammer, Thor hammer. I don't
hammer?
Yeah, the spinning hammer. I don't know if I have that one, to be honest. Yeah, no, I don't have that one with the spinning hammer. But yeah, no, I don't have that one. But yeah, it comes with so many good accessories, and he moves amazing. But yeah, this is definitely like, once I do my Yamaguchi display, it's like he's definitely going to be up there. Like he has everything I love, like, for sure.
Okay. Another one.
This one's me though. So yeah, my number 3, the Kyoto AY Revoltech Agent Venom. This is probably actually, as of now, my top 1/12 scale figure of the year. Growing up, again, I'm grew up a huge Venom fan, and normally I don't like it when another character takes a mantle of a well-beloved character, especially with Venom. But when Flash Thompson, who was one of a classic Spider-Man character, started off as Peter's bully, they ended up becoming friends. He actually idolized Spider-Man. He went to I believe it was like the Iraq War in the story, and he lost both of his legs. So he was offered the Venom symbiote, and to work for the government. So he became Agent Venom. I just loved how, not even talking about the figure, but the design of Agent Venom overall, incorporating, the symbiote Spider-Man look along with Venom, and making him very Black Ops look with all the guns, the pouches, and whatnot. So getting into the figure itself, as Dark has mentioned, these figures and just the poses you can get with them are insane. I was talking with someone in the group about Revoltech, especially with their Marvel, their comic figures, Marvel and DC. They're very anime inspired, in my opinion, which I think is awesome because it actually makes them stand out from the rest of the other companies like MAFEX and Hasbro. So it puts them apart in that design alone. But with the accessories you get with this figure, the symbiote tendrils, all the guns, the fire effects. There's just so many different looks you can achieve with just this figure alone. They also have different eyes that come with it. I didn't get the special edition one, which came with a Venom sculpt, but that also looks great if you ever see it. But yeah, this is at my number 3, and actually so far my number 1 for 1/12 scale figures.
They're selling that Venom head for like over $100, just the head.
Yeah, insane.
Crazy.
All right, here we go. Number 2.
All right, number 2 for me just made the list because when I look back at my emails, I got it in December. So this is the Mondo 1/6 scale deluxe Skeletor. So there's actually 3 different armor sets that came with this deluxe edition. As you can see, the classic Skeletor on the left, battle armor in the middle, and on the right is the Dragon Blaster look. Skeletor is, I've talked about it before as well, he is my all-time favorite character ever. I collect pretty much almost anything Skeletor I can get. This is just the ultimate Skeletor figure in general. To get 3 different looks, you also get 3 different head sculpts. The classic yellow-green skull. There's one that's more weathered with the red eyes, and also the classic Alcala, mini comic sculpt. This is just an amazing figure. You can't beat getting 3 different looks for it. And if you also have other Mondo 1/6 Skeletor figures, you can kind of put the different armor pieces on. So right now I have all 3 looks displayed. Now the reason why this isn't my number 1, even though I'm a big Skeletor fan, we'll talk about that later, because number 1 is an amazing figure, but Mondo does have some QC issues for a lot of their figures. So I did get a body that was scuffed up, but Mondo does have awesome customer service. So if you send them pictures, hey, my body is scuffed up, paint's bad on it, they'll go ahead and send you a new one. So I actually have 2 bodies that I got with this technically, so I'm able to display a couple of the different looks. But yeah, the secret's out. But hey, they'll ask for proof. So I thought they'd be like Sideshow, where hey, you got to destroy that body if we give you a new one. But they didn't say anything. But yeah, so this is my number 2. Awesome figure. You can still get this figure, but the non-deluxe version. So you'll only get the original OG look on the left. You won't get the cape with it, and you don't get the there's 2 hoods that come with it, a sculpted hood and a soft goods cloak. You only get the sculpted hood on the release that they have up now. But I'd still say if you need a 1/6 Skeletor, the non-deluxe one is still amazing, but this deluxe one is just amazing. It's great.
Okay. Yeah, that looks amazing. Dark?
Shocking. Nah, man, this, I haven't actually watched the Moon Knight series that everyone's been going crazy about. I don't know, have you guys watched it?
Yeah, it's good.
Give up.
Yeah, I'm having
I thought it was
I was
okay.
bored. It was too boring for me.
Yeah, and for me, I kept falling asleep on it. If I'm falling asleep on it this many times, I can't. It doesn't. So
I like Oscar Isaac, so I thought he was good.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like the storyline. It was just like it wasn't.
Yeah.
I think they could have did a better job, but yeah, this figure, man. Oh man, the cape, the accessories that it comes with. I have it in mine in box. Like actually, most of my stuff I have in box because I'm doing some cleaning. But I have the box here and like all the like accessories that it comes with, and yeah, it's just crazy, man, crazy. Um, the cape is amazing. The pose again, I can't say how much the posability of these figures are. It's just amazing. So this is definitely my number two, mainly because of how articulated he is, and with the cape and him like jumping around. It's just like, boom! I got him on like a Facebook group and from a guy in Romania. He actually sent me like a Romanian dollar with it as well. So yeah, this was really good. I got a really good deal. I bought a bulk price. So yeah, that's my number two, Yamaguchi
Okay.
Moon Knight.
James?
Yeah, my nipple. Mr. S. Sucks that you have to buy the man nipple. It sucks that you have to buy the separate head sculpt. But with that being said, it's just a gorgeous figure. Out of all the ones I own, it is the best head sculpt that I own, and I always said that I wouldn't really get into the head sculpt game. However, after doing so, I bought this. I bought the laser head, and now I'm doing nothing but browsing head sculpts. I want one for my Battinson. I want one for my Batfleck. I want one for my Iron Man, Tony Stark, and a Captain America one. So yeah, that's all I've been doing is trying to look for head sculpts. But this figure, for me, is damn near perfect. It took me a while to get it, mainly because I was watching the reviews and people were saying that the scale isn't quite right. Also, the suit isn't quite right to the Man of Steel movie. It looks rather light, too light for Man of Steel. But I mean, in hand, you see on camera it looks very bright, but in person it's not. It is actually quite, it's quite good, and you can see the face sculpt, the detail on it is just, yeah, it's brilliant, second to none. The cape, I was a bit disappointed that the cape's not wired, but the way it actually drapes and the way it hangs off his shoulders, I think a wired cape wouldn't have draped this well, and I think they've made the cape oversized to drape as well as it does, and having him in this pose with the cape flapping around there, I just think it's brilliant, and I think it's well worth the money I paid for it. Really, really enjoy it.
Okay, number two. Ryan?
Yeah, I need to get the Mezco for Henry. I accidentally ordered the MAFEX one. So if anybody out there knows where a Mezco one is, please let me know. My number two, out of all the Hot Toys, is probably the number one I actually have in hand, is the Darth Vader Kenobi. Excellent figure, worth the money. I got the deluxe exclusive. I cannot even tell you what the exclusive was, but I do have that.
The exclusive was the undamaged Darth Vader helmet.
Okay, so I had that helmet, but probably won't use it. But
Yeah, so I didn't get it.
wasn't it this? Well, I think on Sideshow it might have been a little bit extra, or about
You got an extra hologram too, I think.
that's what it was. So awesome figure, looks great. That head sculpt, the damage one, is pretty cool. So again, for some reason, Sideshow's been just taking forever their shipments. I mean, I got figures from February and March. I still have not received from Sideshow. Crazy stuff, but this is a highly recommended figure. If you don't have it, definitely go up there and grab it for what it is right now.
Okay. For me, my number two is the Hot Toys Dead Strange from the Multiverse of Madness. If you've seen this figure in person, you know what I'm talking about. If you have this figure, you absolutely know what I'm talking about. In person, It's an amazing figure to look at. I've been collecting the zombie style figures that Hot Toys have been putting out, whether it's the Iron Man from the Spider-Man movie or the Deadpool zombie look. I got a third-party Captain America zombie head from the What If episode, and I got an extra cap body and I put it on. So this will fit right in with that crew. It's just amazing. I have it up over there. Let me see if I can move my camera a little bit so you can
see right there.
see it. Yeah. So I don't really have space in my shelving right now to get him in there, but someday I'll have some room. But he's an incredible figure. Does anybody here have this figure?
No, it looks
No?
great.
It's awesome. So I mean, if you're into 1/6 stuff, I know the movie wasn't that hot, but like I said, I mean, he kind of fits into that motif that I'm going for. I have the Blitzway Ghostbusters, which are gonna fight all these zombies at some point once I have a better display going. But this is my number 2. Super happy with it. Now, number one. Number 1.
Drum roll.
For me was the Blitzway Kurt Cobain.
Man.
None of you guys probably got this. I had it ordered. What is that?
Oh, I was gonna say, I have a bad story about this. I ordered this one through Pop Culture, and everything looked good, and then out of nowhere they said, "Oh, we actually don't have it in stock. Here's store credit or something."
I think they gave it to me, Al.
Damn.
I ordered this from Amazon Japan, and I mean, you don't always have disposable income at different points. You got other things you pay for and other things you prioritize, and this wasn't high on my list. So I kind of passed, and then I kind of regretted it, and I was like, you know what? It looked good. I'll reorder it. And when you reorder it, you have a week to pay off, and I didn't pay it off again. And then it was sold out. And then I started seeing the reviews online, and I'm like, geez, man, what have I done? And so I scoured the internet for weeks and weeks and weeks. And finally, Pop Culture had it in stock. I put up I wanted them to give me, like an alarm or notification once they had it in. They sent it out. I immediately, because of the time zone, because they're in Australia. So I immediately ordered it and I got it. And I was super happy. In hand, this figure is incredible. It's a great piece. To me, he's one of the more iconic musicians in history, but he represents the 90s. There's only a couple of people I think represent the 90s. He's one of them. And having him in my collection is great. I'm going to have him I got my 2 Daft Punk figures. I got MJ, the Hot Toys MJ in his Thriller outfit. I got the Prince from So Toys, and I got this guy. And I'm sure I got something else I can't even think of off the top of my head. But I'm going to put them all together and have them jam out at some point. It's a great piece. It's a great figure. The head sculpt's great. You get all sorts of cool accessories with it. He's my number 1. Love it. Love the figure. So
Jealous.
Good, because I didn't get that Gandalf.
That's
Ryan?
crazy. That's crazy about Al's story, because Pop Culture sent me 3 of them. And they even included a Ziploc bag of button cell batteries too, which was unreal. I'm just messing. My number 1 is the Vamp, of course, with accessorized by Gridiron Studios. Again, gridironstudios.com. Some of the best accessories printed for or any other type of 1/12 scale items. So again, the Vamp, $99.99 vehicle, sold out pretty quick. I think Hasbro definitely underestimated the willpower of people to buy these vehicles at a good price. The accessories cost of over $200. So I took a $100 Vamp and turned it into a $300 plus Vamp. So again, you gotta be a little crazy to get these. I'm shocked Robert doesn't have one yet. Why is that, Robert? You're left
So,
speechless.
I've been coughing, so I try to mute my
Mute
mic.
your mic. No, Robert's got a couple coming. So again,
Yeah,
this is
I
my
got a
number
reliable
one.
guy on that for me.
And I asked Mark from Gridiron. I said, definitely need some new tires on them, but he says they're coming. So they're a great company to go with. And GI Joe, I think, is the way to go with these vehicles. I think they're going to be producing a lot more. Hopefully, they don't bump up the price, but highly recommended vehicle if you love Joe.
So once again, is it just Ryan and me now? Al, are you getting classified, or are you just in the Mezco?
No. I've started that classified rabbit hole. Mezco, not yet, but classified, yes.
Derek, are you?
I'm starting Mesco. James actually did me a solid. I sent something to him and he sent it to me, and now it's in customs, and they're like, oh, you have to pay 700 kronas, so that's like $70 to get it out. I was like, fuck. So, but you guys actually made a good point. Like they were saying, if I send it back to you, James, and you might get charged, so I might have to just get it out of there, and I don't.
Oh, really?
Just get it over it. Yeah. So.
Oh.
James would be charged for shipping going back.
Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense.
Saying that though, would that not work out cheaper anyway? Because if instead of paying the $70, I think it was only 14 for me to send. I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You gotta put the value at $1.
Yeah. Well,
he put $250,000. I was like,
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I put the actual, but I'm new to the game, so yeah, I've learned the rules in the UK. I got pretty burned with that myself.
No, it's Sweden. It's Sweden. They tax heavy on everything.
Yeah, anything over 135 in the UK, then the customs fees. You have to pay custom fees. Then you have to pay VAT. It just gets crazy. So yeah, you have to keep everything under that level. I'm guessing it's the same over in Sweden.
Yeah, ours is 1,200 krona, so that's like $120, or I guess it's like 110 euro pounds.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But no, I'm banging the Mezco as well. I've got a few Mezcos. One to hand here is I picked this guy up because I couldn't get the MAFEX Wolverine, and I think he's great. He's a great figure. Comes with a whole Sentinel diorama as well. That's all lit up, and for the price point is absolutely crazy. But yeah, he's quite good. But my number one. And the reason why he's my number one is because this is probably the only anime from my childhood that ever clicked with me. As I say, I like other anime, but the Gaiva, again, not that massively popular, I don't think, in terms of what they'd done and what they produced. It was a very limited run series in the 80s, back end of the 80s, and then they redid it a couple of times for Western, for America, and the whole story is brilliant. If nobody knows, the Gaiva unit is alien armor that ancient race developed for humanoids to fight wars for them, basically. And ever since I was a kid, loved the anime. Figma did bring out a figure which was less than great, shall we say. it's still up there in with the figures for the time period. It still goes for quite a lot. But this year, being Figma's 15th anniversary, they decided to do a brand new sculpt, which was done with the creator. The creators say so. He basically was on the project with them, collaborated to make sure that it is, as perfect as it can be, and I just love him. He's absolutely brilliant. He's called, the person in the Guyver unit is called Shaw. And if you've ever seen the anime, it's absolutely fantastic. But the whole idea is I've been after this figure ever since I was a little boy. So it had to be my number one as soon as it came out. And I've just got him in sort of a kick pose there at the moment. But the figure's so great. The articulation is fantastic on it. All the bits, everything's just great. You can open up his chest piece to get his mega smasher and stuff there, yeah, is just overall a great figure. The sculpt on it, the paint work is just absolutely brilliant. The last figure that they did, the last Guyver, it was hit and miss. The face sculpt was quite rubbish. The paint on it was hit and miss as well. But this one, every version of it that I've seen has just been absolutely pristine. And it took me a while to get them. I did pay aftermarket prices because I did miss it, but I'd pay that and double again for it because I have to have it. They are bringing a new 1/6 out at the end of this year, and it's very expensive. If I was to get that imported, it's around about £700. So if I was to get that imported, bearing in mind I have to pay the import fee for that and then 20% VAT on top, so it's probably going to be about a £1,300 figure. And I don't think I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
Time to move. That's what it's time for.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, thank you. That's I've seen this figure here. Figma had it on display at one of the events. I think it was last month. Really, really cool. Really nice figure. I never grabbed it when it first came out, but I kind of regret that now.
Yeah, even the box that it came in is lovely. The styling and everything. I'm not normally a box person. I keep all my boxes mainly for resale, but the box of this is actually quite nice. So yeah, if you ever do get a chance to pick it up, definitely pick it up.
All right. Well, surprise, Derek.
What? See, I kept it figures. And I kept it one each. So I don't know. I didn't do the right and do that. But yeah, oh man, this one I think it's gonna be hard to top this for a 112 scale. It's gonna be hard to top this for the rest of the year. Like, I mean, all the accessories it came with and the posability. I have mine here. I love that you can store, his gun on the back. And I have no nostalgia with. Actually, we just recently learned about Agent Venom because just because of this figure. That's how good it was. So, being that how good this figure was, I was like, let me check up on like what's the story behind this, and that's how dope this guy was, and his posability. All the I love the gun flare that it comes with that you see here on you can go back to the PowerPoint. That's on the PowerPoint there. Like the gun flare, is so vivid once you see it, especially like in the dark too. Like you can still kind of see it. That's how vivid the color is. And yeah, man, this is going to be a really hard one to top. The only thing I think that can get close to it is a new Batman coming out. Hopefully it comes out this year.
Yes.
It's at November, the Arkham Batman. That's the only thing I think will come close to it. But man, this guy,
I regret not picking this up.
Yeah, I just sold my last one. I wish you had known you needed one. I just sold my last one. I had two.
I'll have to have a look.
Yeah,
for
I regret not getting
the
it as
figure.
well. Thanks a lot for rubbing it in my face.
You're welcome.
Here's another one.
Here's another. Yeah, here's another
Ooh,
one.
this guy is crazy.
All right.
Looks great.
So yes, this is my number one figure, the InArt 1/6 scale Gandalf. Again,
Jesus.
you know, just looking at the photos alone, I've showed people pictures of this, and once again, they think it's like, oh, that's Ian McKellen. That's a still shot from behind the scenes. It's like, no, this is a figure. So again, Lord of the Rings, love this series, love the franchise, and I think Ian McKellen was just born to play Gandalf. He is Gandalf. Yeah, again, you have to see all the accessories that come with, the rooted hair, out of the box, it's actually not that bad. Most people are kind of turned off by rooted hair because you got to stylize it a lot to make it look good. But most people out of the box, it came out really nice. I did stylize it a little bit just to keep it from poofing up a little bit. But yes, this figure, I don't even know. There's like no words for it. It is number one. I would have to say this is probably one of the best figures made ever in any scale, especially when 1/6. In 1/6, there's a lot of great figures, but this figure, very hard to top. Definitely my number one figure of the year. I don't know what will top this.
This is crazy.
But yeah, it is just so realistic looking in person. I know a lot of people were having issues with some of the accessories. There is an actual 1/6 ring of power that comes with this. Very, very small. Mine came out okay, but I know a lot of people were having issues with the inscriptures on it. Mine came out good. But yeah, this is a great figure. I see people posted on the groups. you know how those 1/6 people get? But yeah, this is an amazing figure.
Two things. So you said he was born to play the role. You know that, Harry Potter, when Richard Harris died, he's the original Dumbledore. When he died, they wanted Ian McKellen. They offered him the role of Dumbledore. And he turned it down. He said, I could never play that wizard when I'm playing the greatest wizard of all time. Like, how could I do that? I'm already being the greatest wizard of all time. Number two, I did get an update that my Gandalf should be ready in August.
No way, really?
Thanks.
I don't know, but that's what they said. So I'm holding out hope, keeping hope alive. Maybe I'll get it.
I'd say the one thing about InArt so far is their distribution is very weird. It's very, very staggered. Yeah, it's bad. And the US doesn't have any distribution rights for InArt figures. So if you ever go the InArt route, you're only going to have to be ordering from overseas sellers. At least for us in the US, it'll be overseas.
Is this a Japanese brand or?
Yeah, well, it's a Japanese seller that I ordered it through. I guess a year ago, and they've been sending out all their Gandalfs, and I just been waiting, and I finally got an update from them saying that this is like a month ago, that it should be available like the beginning of August. So we'll see. Hopefully,
I have a theory. You guys love these figures because it comes with hair.
That's an interesting theory.
Yeah, but
did you pick the Aragorn as well?
I do have Aragorn on pre-order. Yeah, I have Aragorn on pre-order.
So I'm just looking at the website here, and yeah, the sculpts just look absolutely amazing on them. Bit pricey though.
All right, so now we're gonna transition into the next category. We're over 2 hours in here. That took a long time.
We're gonna speed through this.
I thought we'd get through there much quicker. Yeah, we'll.
I'm sitting on my butt and it's numb right now.
Yeah, so I know Al's got to go to work. So
I got 20
company
minutes.
of the year, Al,
All
Make it
right,
quick.
so I got McFarlane, and I'm going to keep it quick. Just based on some of their other properties that they don't normally do. You know, they're getting into the movies. You know, they got Marvel, but they're doing these statue type figures, and I'm just not into it. And if you're going to do statue type figures, you know, you at least think it'd be very detailed. But I don't know. Looking at the Fallout stuff, it just doesn't look good to me. I was telling some of the guys yesterday, they started doing sports figures, you know, back in the day, and they just didn't look good to me at all. So to me, they're probably the worst company at the moment.
Okay. Derek? I'm
Yeah.
detecting a trend.
Yeah, you know, I bought when I was in New York, I bought like a few McFarlane items, and like a lot of them, like in the box, they look really good. But once you take them out the box, it's like it's horrible. Like it's hard to stand them, and the joints get kind of like double jointed, and it's just and then when you actually take it out, the quality of the actual figure, like it just feels awful. So yeah, I got McFarlane.
Okay. James?
Yeah. SHF for me, I've put on here that it is a very limited personal opinion, mainly for the fact that I only collect the higher end figures. I don't collect any, you know, NECA, McFarlane, anything like that. And the reason why SHF is here for is because of the damn awful head sculpts that I've gotten, mainly off these three figures here. The episode, the Obi-Wan series, Obi-Wan, probably the worst Obi-Wan ever. It just doesn't really look like Ewan McGregor. The figure,
He's super cheap too.
yeah, I picked it up for pennies. It wasn't expensive at all. The Batman, again, the Batman cape. It's rubber on the top and then cloth, and it's horrible. But again, the head sculpt. The reason why I've got him displayed with the unmasked head is because the actual head sculpt of the masked one, the paint's all overlapping and it's just awful. And same as the Thor as well. The Thor just looks nothing like Chris Hemsworth. That's the Avenger Assembles Thor. And you know, normally the Star Wars range on these guys is normally quite fire. It's normally really, really good. But yeah, these ones that just haven't hit it for me.
I actually just bought that Thor. Thanks, bro.
Sorry.
You know that
they
didn't even offer that Figuarts Battison in Japan. They didn't even offer it to us. It was exclusive, like outside the country.
The only reason why I have it for is because I got it second hand off eBay. I think I paid £30 for it. So, you know, again, half the price of what I would have normally paid for it at retail. But I am
What, the Thor?
No, for the Battison.
The Battison.
Yeah, so I am looking for a third party head sculpt. I've been looking for that Muff Toys set, which looks amazing. Can't get it anywhere.
Nice.
Mr. Ryan?
Oh, I think he yeah.
I think I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I was with my daughter and she wouldn't listen to me. So I got McFarlane, worst company so far. Pre-orders are really hard to get. The Bane 2-pack was impossible. You didn't even know when it was going up for pre-order. You knew what a day it was, but it popped up on Big Bad Toy Store and it was gone pretty much instantly. So pre-orders, really rough to get. Pins still in the joints, which is ridiculous. Here in 2024, he still hasn't gotten rid of that. Some of the accessories that come with them don't make any sense. So like the Penguin, he has a closed umbrella. He doesn't even come with the open one. Cost wise, he's gone up in price. Trying to see what else I put down. The gold labels seem to be hard at retail. When you go to a Walmart or a Target, it seems like it's the same peg warmers up there all the time. There's no rotation of product. And then the prices on their site seem to be pretty expensive. So they cost too much. And they even put pre-orders on sale. So if you pre-order it, doesn't make any sense. So if you pre-order it and then they put it on sale, then you're getting kind of screwed over.
Well, Japan does the same thing sometimes. Oh, for us when we do the
But like that, I can't even see this screen. But and then some of the sculpts are terrible. Examples like the Superman sculpt was ridiculous. I think that was last year though. Go to the next slide. And then the tumbler on the next slide. Something I ordered within the first minute. You know, I was waiting for full fulfillment. It's sold out. They said it was limited edition. And then now they have a pre-order for it. I think the pre-order is for October or November. And it was funny because I was telling Al about this, and guess what I got last night? I got an email updating my shipment saying it's being shipped. So again, it was crazy. So you know, just them doing that kind of stuff, basically creating FOMO. So a lot of these companies create FOMO, artificial FOMO, because what happened, you know, a couple years ago, they had all these extra figures being made, and then they ended up at Ross or Ollie's or other places at clearance for $5. So they're the biggest disappointment this year. And I do collect some McFarlane. It's just nowadays it's kind of hard to go all in on them. Especially like the DC Vampire line. I really enjoy those, but they seem impossible to get. I don't know if it's because of scalpers or flippers, but that's kind of my experience with them. So they're the biggest disappointment.
For me, it's Super 7. You know, they overprice all their figures and their vehicles. They have very poor quality builds, and they delay everything. Everything's delayed. So for me, they're the worst company out there making figures in 1/12 scale. I don't know how they're still in business. I really don't. And I don't know why people keep buying their stuff. It's awful. So for me, it's Super 7 with an honorable mention for Medicom. So this year, the releases have been pretty scattered in terms of quality. I thought that Endoskeleton was going to be figure of the year. It turns out to be the worst figure of the year. Just a total bust. I don't like that gap that you can see in that photo with the Nightfall Batman. For a figure that they should have realized most people are going to have displayed with Bane in that backbreaking pose, you had to sculpt that lower torso. You had to sculpt it better. I mean, the way they have that gap, it's unacceptable. It's awful. The RoboCop renewal, the choice of the colors. I mean, I didn't think it was that bad, but still, like, what is that? That's not movie accurate. Like, what was the choice there? I don't get it. The Captain America with the lower arms mismatched. You know, the left arm forearm was on the right and the right was on the left. Like, how does that happen? And then the sculpt with the Poison Ivy with those ivy things just falling off the legs all the time. Like, they just don't hold. I thought they should have been sculpted on. I don't know why they weren't, honestly. So I think, you know, Medicom's had a lot of L's for the first half of this year. They've had some really good figures, but they've had a lot of L's, a lot of head scratchers. So they get an honorable mention, but they're nowhere near as bad for me as Super 7.
And McFarlane.
Well, I don't have McFarlane. I couldn't tell you anything about McFarlane. So I don't know. Now, best of the year, not including Hasbro MAFEX Figure Arts. Again, let's try to go through this quickly because some of us have to go to work or go to bed. So with me, I'm going to go with Hot Toys as number 3. You can't go wrong with Hot Toys. A lot of you guys didn't really kind of include the 1/6 stuff. I think Hot Toys is great. I think they're usually hitting it out of the ballpark. They're updating that Darth Maul. We have the what is it? The Bantha? No, the Dewback. Sorry.
Oh, the Dewback. Yeah,
Dewback. Yeah. The sculpts on that Wick and Kane are amazing, and the Logan sculpt is really amazing as well. So I have them as my number 3. Number 2 is the Muff Toys. I told you I have the Secret Agent, the 007 from Muff Toys. We have the Nightmare Batman coming. James referenced the head sculpt there for the Battison, which is incredible. And this Protector of Metropolis keeps getting pushed back, but I'm pretty confident that it'll get released this year. It's sold out in a lot of places. I ended up ordering 2 just because I figured that I'd have it in different looks, you know, kind of becoming Superman and then strictly as Clark Kent. So I'm really looking forward to Muff Toys. They do some really, really great stuff. So for me, they're number 2. And then number 1 is 3-0. I mean, 3-0 is all over the place, and everything they do, for me at least, is a home run. So they have their Voltron was amazing. They're putting out a black version. The Transformers that they do, that line of Transformers, they're doing Jazz.
They're expensive.
It's great. The Robotech stuff is amazing. The DLX line of the Transformers is great. Their 1/12 scale Iron Man figures are awesome. They're the best out there in 1/12 scale. That includes every company.
Aren't they kind of tall? Aren't they like almost?
They're
like
a little bit tall, but they're, you know, I mean,
Mm.
just a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they can still fit into a display.
Oh.
And then now they're going to be doing, you know, Tanjiro from Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Demon Slayer anime. So that doesn't even include the Joes, because the G.I. Joe stuff is off the hook too. So great.
I'm surprised you didn't put G.I. Joes on your slides.
I know, right? No G.I. Joe at all. So
Ryan's
that's
gonna
my
unfriend you
3,
now.
2, 1. So let's move on to Ryan.
So I strictly went with the 112. So my number 3 is the 4 Horsemen. They have 3 lines: Mythic Legions, Cosmic, and Figure Obscura. And they released something in all of them this year. So they've been coming out with some things. Again, the sculpts are great. The articulation is not the best, but still, they're producing figures. They're pretty good with the fans. They had a mystery, not a mystery box, but, well, I guess it's called mystery box, where they brought some old sold out stock back in, or figures, and they paired them up with one figure that was pretty much still in stock to get rid of them at a decent price. They also had an in-stock sale, which was great for the consumer. And like I said, they've been banging it out lately, and their following seems like they're still interested. Next slide is NECA. So personally, in NECA, I collect Usagi Yojimbo. Team NT line seems to be, they're still coming out with those. People are liking those. They give what the consumer wants. So they're my number 2. Number 1 is Mezco, of course. No brainer there. The amount of releases that they've had this year, the lines of Team NT and G.I. Joe have been spectacular. And some of the lesser known figures like the Shadow, Dick Tracy figures, have been excellent. So again, Mezco Toys, number 1.
Very nice. Top 3 for me. Kyoto. Again, fairly new to the game. Derek got me into it by forcing me at gunpoint to buy Spider-Man.
My G.I. Joe guns.
Yeah, ever since then, I've been about looking, and that one on the right, that's probably my most anticipated figure, the Arkham Knight Batman. Absolutely brilliant. As you say, the posability of these figures is second to none. So yeah, wasn't quite sure of them at first, but then started posing them and just fell in love with them. So very much looking forward to whatever else they're bringing out. Next slide. Number 2, Figma. Mainly for me, it's for the Guyver that was already released in February. not really mine, but my son loves Zelda. Anything to do with Legend of Zelda at all. He collects all the Link figures, and he's basically gone through the back catalogue, getting all of the Twilight Princess, the Nendroids. We've pre-ordered the Tears of Kingdom one that's shown there as well, and I'm very much looking forward to getting those for him as well. Again, the painting on these Figmas is beautiful. It's absolutely brilliant. Next slide. And number one for me is Nipple. Again, mainly because of that, the Superman. It's just my favorite, one of my favorite figures at the moment. I have pre-ordered the Batfleck that they've got coming. They do have a Clark Kent available at the moment, but again, it's just the body. You have to buy the head sculpt separately. But if you already have it, absolutely brilliant. They've got Dark Armor Batman coming soon, going to be released at the back end of this year. That's very much looking forward to that one. And also their John Wick and their Andrew Garfield head sculpt that they've just announced looks absolutely fire as well. So that's my top three.
That Clark Kent, I've been very close to picking up that body with the suit.
Yeah,
I've been super close to picking that up so many times. I just haven't.
I think what I'll do is I'll display my normal head with that, and then I'll put my laser head on my Superman body and have them displayed together. So that's my plan.
So Maniple is also known as Flash Studios.
Right.
So if you don't want to say Man Nipple,
Nipple,
just say Flash Studios. So you can see the flash mark right there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you very much. Derek?
Nice. I keep mine quick. I think everyone knows what's going to be my number one. So,
Al, you're up.
I picked Mezco. I don't have many Mezco items yet, figures yet. I have Bishop. I was gonna actually pick up this Robin when I was in New York, but it was $100. I was like, nah, I don't feel like spending another $100. But I should have G.I. Joe soon, so hopefully that'll be good. I put it number 3 because I don't think their articulation is the best. But I love everything else about them. I love how the scopes are, and I'm not big on, like we spoke about this a few times, I'm not big on seeing clothing on figures yet. So if it reminds me of like Barbie dolls right now for me. So I keep it everything plastic. So then so yeah. So you go next slide.
So I don't get confused.
Exactly. Exactly.
Number 2.
You go next slide. Yeah. Number 2, Sentinel. I'm really mainly because of that Miles Morales. That's my favorite one right now. The amount of possibilities with this guy is crazy. I have him. I don't know if you guys can see him all the way up.
Hold on a moment.
He's on top with my other
Oh, yeah,
basketball guys.
Chilling.
Yeah, just chilling. He's on the phone, chilling. So yeah, that's
Tatum up there with him.
Yeah, Jason Tatum. You got Giannis.
Boo.
And then Steph Curry. But Jordan will be going up there, and LeBron. I bought LeBron MAFEX, the Tune version. I didn't do the Lakers one. I like the sneakers better on the Tune.
Yeah, avoid the Lakers.
Yeah. It looks horrible too.
Cold War right here.
Yeah, exactly. You go next slide. Drum roll. No one's gonna know.
The fighting armor, Magneto.
No, I don't. But I'm gonna get into fighting armor. I think from what I've seen, they're really good.
Yeah, I was holding one today. I was like,
yeah. Is it good?
They look amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
But they're a little bit pricey.
Yeah, I mean, but if you think about it, like, isn't that what's the materials made out of? It's not plastic, right?
Die-cast, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it's die-cast. So I mean,
yeah.
you're paying for something like die-cast.
No,
like
no, yeah.
Heavy stuff, yeah. So I might actually get into it and try to get that might be my next thing. Just getting the whole line, and just like going for that. And also what they
don't
do.
cheat on Yamaguchi.
Oh no! Well, we never know. You never know. They might start messing up soon. But yeah, no one knew this. I didn't know.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's exactly. You would have never knew I'd put this one as number one. But yeah, just like James was saying, like I'm a huge Batman fan, and this Batman is going to be amazing. The Catwoman I don't have, but I know I'm searching for it at a decent price because she's pretty heavy on price. I don't know why. So I'm looking for this price. And that Deadpool, oh man, I fell out the chair when I saw that they were reissuing this guy. So yeah, I mean, again, posability, all the accessories you get, like you really get everything, a bang for your buck on this. Like it's not like when you buy a Mezco, you don't know what you're gonna get. Like most of the time you open Yamaguchi, you get exactly what you want. So for sure.
Okay.
Done.
All right, I'm gonna go through mine pretty quick because I have to leave in a second, or a few minutes. But number 3, I got Kyoto, Rebel Tech, AY as well. One of the reasons why also is I believe they're giving what the fans want. They're coming out with reissues as well, like what MAFEX has been doing, as well as making improvements. So you got a 2.5 Deadpool, a 1.5 Deathstroke with the God Killer swords, and then the 1.5 Joker. So not only just reissuing, but also improving on the previous figure. So I have them as my number 3, and I'd say they're probably my number 112 company at the moment right now. 2, just along with what Robert was saying, Hot Toys. They're putting out some great figures. They're giving us a great Wolverine, probably the best Hue sculpt at the moment. Bringing out a Revan as well, which is great to me because that game, Knights of the Old Republic, is probably arguably the best Star Wars game made, along with some symbiote favorites. Like they got the Spider-Man 2 symbiote coming out, Venom, and also a Toby from Spider-Man 3, and finally bring another Han Solo figure. And number 1 for me, in art. They're making some great figures, very, very realistic looking. They got a Joker Joaquin finally coming out in a 2 and a 4-pack, along with revisiting, Henry Cavill Superman. They got Paul from Dune. I just wish that they could figure out their distribution. That's only one downside for me, but right now they're my top company for figures.
Okay. So this is the top 3 that we're looking forward to for the rest of the year. Let's try to get through this kind of quickly as well.
Maybe you should go to AI Al's first, and then
yeah. And surprise, surprise, we have some in-art figures in Hot Toys. So Aragorn, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Some people have started getting him, so hopefully I can get mine soon. I know the Spider-Man 2 symbiote suit has released, and for most people, but I ordered mine through Sideshow, so not sure when I'm going to get mine, but hopefully soon. And at number 3 is the in-art Battison. Also has been released to some people. I've seen some people posting up pictures of it, so that's number 3, and these are my 3 figures of the year, or looking forward to as well.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
So,
Eric?
guys, I do apologize, but I will have to dip out right now.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Thanks for joining.
I got to go to this side. Got to go this side for work. But thanks again, guys. Great time again. I'll see you guys all on the group.
All right, man. See ya.
All right. So mine, man, I really hope they're gonna reissue this brown suit, but I mean, we'll see. I'm really hoping for this guy. As I've said plenty of times, this Batman is gonna be probably figure of the year if all turns well. And Deadpool Yamaguchi, amazing Yamaguchi again. I mean, that 2.0. I didn't get the extra head. I don't know if you guys. I'm not into that like half burnt face. It's too creepy for me.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like the variety.
Yeah. Sure. That's it on me.
James?
Yeah, so third for me is the Tears of the Kingdom Link DX version. I've got it pre-ordered in 3 different places at the moment. I'm probably going to obviously pick up one for my son because he's the biggest Zelda fan, as I said before, and I pick up one for myself. Second, again, I've got this on pre-order. I've wanted a Batfleck for ages and ages and ages, and I've just never pulled the trigger. And then MAFEX announced the Justice League one, so I was all over that. And my number one anticipated figure is the Amazing Yamaguchi Arkham Knight. Ever since I saw it advertised, it just looks, yeah, the whole Arkham Knight series for me, and I'm guessing for most as well, are the penultimate Batman games. They are just brilliant. And this figure looks exactly like he does in the game, so very much looking forward to that. Cape looks amazing as well on this shot that's on the screen. And that's my 3.
Nice. Okay,
Okay,
Ryan?
top 3. Umbra, Arc Trooper. Number 3, Hot Toys. Number 2, Dewback Trooper, Hot Toys. Number 1, Hasbro, Haslab, G.I. Joe Classified, Dragonfly. Number 1.
Nice.
There you go. That Umbra looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a hookup, but the guy's taking forever. I don't know what his deal is.
Looks nice.
All right, so for me, at number 3, I have the Dewback. I mean, it could go either way, I think, with that. But, it's such a big piece. It's definitely going to catch people's eye once it's in your collection and people see it. I have the what is it? The Blurg with that little Ugnaught guy. I can't even remember them anymore. But from the Mandalorian, the one that he rides on. That's really cool in person. That's really great.
The Blurg.
The Blurg, yeah. Who rides it? Quill and the Blurg.
Yes.
Number 2, I have the Dragonfly with all those tiers. I'm really looking forward to that. Unfortunately, I only ordered 1. So, rookie mistake. I'll have to rectify that with the Rattler coming up hopefully next month or the end of this month. And number 1, there's that Muff Toys again. Really, really, really looking forward to that figure. I think that'll be my figure of the year once it does release. So that's my top 3.
Nice.
Does anyone else have that Muff Toys on pre-order?
I didn't even. Oh, Ryan
Didn't know
does.
about it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got the Mezco Man of Steel. Looks sort of similar.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I'll have a look at it. It definitely looks cool.
I think you can get it on 5K Toys and 1/6
Yeah, I
Kid.
think 5K still has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys where are you getting the Muff Toys because I don't like they're not.
Well, I'm
like
getting them over
MG
here. I'm getting them here. So I really couldn't speak to anything
Well,
else.
1/6 Kid, is it free shipping? I don't know.
Yeah, but Kit charges a bit of a premium. That's how you
Yeah.
get that free shipping.
I normally go between Toys Metaverse and 1/6 Kit, and then what was it? I pre-ordered something the other day, and it was $4 more expensive on 1/6 Kit. But if I had have ordered it via Toys Metaverse, I probably would have paid. I would have probably have said about $20 shipping, something like that. So yeah, just flicking between the two. Both of them normally have things in stock. They're normally very similar as well.
So moving along to the next topic, some of the events that are going to be happening later on this month. Comic-Con starts what day? The 26th? Is that the first day? Anybody know?
I have no idea.
I think it's Thursday, maybe 25th.
25th.
Yeah,
Is the 25th? Is the 25th the preview day?
G.I. Joe has that Haslab, I think, presentation on the 25th, I think. Because I remember thinking that's the day Deadpool comes out, Wolverine.
Yeah. So the 26th is the Deadpool event at Toy Sapiens. The 23rd is the Metacom event, and the Comic-Con is the 26th. Okay, so
Yeah,
we're just gonna go over
Comic-Con
some
says
of the
25th through the 28th.
Yeah, but I think the 25th is the preview night. It's not for the general public. So, I mean, it starts, but regular people can't attend that, I think. So, let's take a look. I know Ryan and I are really, really hopeful we can get this. If I don't get this, I'm probably going to be rocking myself to sleep in the fetal position for a couple nights. This is definitely if I get this year, this could be up there in my top 5 for figures. This looks incredible. It looks great. I was once a man, Cobra Commander. Look at that snake. That looks great. So really hopeful we can get this. This is an exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con. Apparently they're doing a lottery. So the only way you can get it is to try to get it through a lottery. It's not like a first come, first serve type of thing. So who knows? But this will be there. They'll also have the Megatron and Orient Pax, who later becomes Optimus Prime. There's a 2-pack. This looks good, but this style of Transformer is not really my thing. I'm more into the Masterpiece. So now we get another Darth Maul and a speeder. I put up the Figuarts speeder bike, the Sith speeder from Darth Maul. I put that up for sale, not for sale, for a waffle. It looks way better than this. Not many people wanted it. So those that do, I'm probably going to put it up for sale, like straight up for sale, maybe next week or so. We'll see. But I don't know. I think this looks kind of crappy from Hasbro. This looks pretty bad. I think everything about this looks pretty bad. So
yeah,
it's awful. It's awful. So this will be an exclusive to SDCC. We have Death's Head from Marvel Legends. This will be an exclusive. Then from Jada Toys, we have Violent Ken. We have the other Chun-Li. And the Cheetos Chesta. So it'll be the Flamin' Hot glow-in-the-dark version, which looks kind of cool. And for Mattel, we have the WWE Ultimate Shawn Michaels. That looks pretty good. I like that. And the He-Man 2-pack, the Masters of the Universe 2-pack. But I like that Shawn Michaels. That looks pretty cool. We also have McFarlane with the gold label Superman, the Centennial Park tribute statue. Anyone trying to get this?
That actually looks nice. If it's a statue, that makes sense.
I mean,
from McFarlane.
If it's statuesque, then fine. But I mean, if you're seeing joints everywhere,
I mean, no, you see it. There's pins on there.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, so it's like,
It's not a statue then. It's just a
It's a figure. Yeah, not for me then.
They should just left it as a statue.
Now that's Snake Eyes though. That looks pretty good.
That looks good.
That looks pretty good.
And the Casey Jones.
Casey Jones. Yep. So I think these two will be high demand.
Yeah, both are sold out, but you're gonna be able to get it there. So I think if you get on the wait list, you should be able to get it afterwards if they don't sell out.
Yeah.
Are you going to San Diego, Rob?
Me, no.
Am I?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going.
I'm just saying.
No. I'd love to go, but no.
How far is the flight for you?
from Tokyo to San Diego is probably, I don't know, 7 hours, maybe.
Okay, it's not bad.
No. It's more than that. It's more than that. Maybe maybe 10.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So Tokyo to Boston is 13 hours.
Okay. No, wait, it shouldn't be that long then.
Well, when you're going to Boston, you're going a different route.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So you got to fly kind of in a different direction.
Okay.
So Mondo has the X-Men 97 Cyclops. This looks cool.
Yeah.
This is the variant that they'll have at the convention. You gonna try to get this, Derek?
No, I'm not. It's 1/6, so
You don't do any 1/6?
I'm not really. No, I'm not doing. I'm only 112. Yeah, I barely have space for my 112.
How about you, James? You gonna try to get this?
Yeah, same as Derek. I don't really collect 1/6. I've got 3 behind us.
Behind you.
Yeah.
About?
It's I much prefer 112 because of the size. 1/6 I do not have the space for, but if there is a standout figure, I will buy it. I do have the Thunder Toys Tobey Maguire Spider-Man up here.
Okay.
And I want to replace that with the Hot Toys one. Obviously, I've got the White Wolf Witcher. Can't remember who makes that now, actually, but that's a beautiful figure as well. But yeah, if I'm gonna buy 1/6, it has to be personable to me, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, this one,
the cell shading on this looks great.
Yeah, I would do a 3 because in the Rogue of this, man, it's amazing. The Rogue is really good, and the Jubilee is really nice. So, if I would do those 3 and store it somewhere.
So NECA has some stuff. These look good. The Turtle 2-pack, the Prey Ultimate Feral. We got that Alf. I wouldn't mind getting that Alf. And then the Dinosaurs figure.
Earl Sinclair. That's a blast from the past.
That Prey looks really weird, doesn't it? It's almost like it's translucent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super weird.
Looks cool though.
Yeah, it does. All right, so that'll do it for that part. I just wanted to kind of, before we get into the waffle, we're going to do the drawing. I wanted to remind people that we have the channel membership. So the next stream that we do will be for channel members only. It'll be on the 18th, July 18th. We're going to do a stream discussing MAFEX, what we expect to see, what we're hoping to see, what people would like to see at the exhibit, which is on July 23rd. After the exhibit on July 23rd, I'll have video, I'll have photos, I'll upload them on the Kaiju Daddy YouTube page for members to see, for members to have access. That'll be exclusive to them. We'll also do a live stream after that to get impressions of all of the new MAFEX reveals, what we're seeing, what they were like in person, size, scale, that sort of thing. So I know most of us are hoping for a Colossus figure reveal. What's the size going to be like? That's sort of something you don't really get from photos. That's something you see in a video, and that's something you kind of get from seeing it in person. So those are the type of things that we'll discuss, we'll go over, and that'll be on the 23rd. I can't give you a time of day. That'll be at some point after I get back and upload the videos and stuff like that. So
is Colossus confirmed?
No, but
okay.
I'm saying most of us want to see it. So if it were there, what would be the impressions and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So the next 2 streams, one will be the 18th. That'll be for members only. If you want to participate in the stream, you have to be a channel member. Again, membership is 99 cents a month. With that, you get a lot of exclusive videos, exclusive photos, exclusive content. that is not available to the general audience. And then on the 23rd, we'll have another live stream following the event where people can ask me questions. We can talk about what I saw and that sort of thing. And we can go over the video that I'll have uploaded at that point as well. So those are the next two streams, and then there's more streams later on in the month, but those are the next two, and they'll be again the 18th and the 23rd. So
the 20th, is the 23rd the mystery box?
Well, that's up to the Man of Mystery.
Okay. So the mystery box will be on the last stream of the month. So we had to move it up a couple days. So get your posts in, your comments. If you're active on the group and you were a member before June 15th, we'll have a top 10 according to Facebook. You'll be put on the wheel. The last man standing gets the mystery box. So if you're not sure about it, just type in mystery box and search it up.
Yeah. In terms of other things, is there anything other thing we wanted to add? We're gonna ask people to do a video, a short video, if you can. We'll post it on the Facebook page, where if you want to upload a short video with you describing your top 3 figures so far this year, I think that would be pretty cool. We'll have you send it to me directly in the messenger chat. I think that's probably be the better way for us to compile them. We'll put them together, and then we'll put it on the page so everybody can see it, and hopefully get a good discussion going from that. Anything else you guys would like to add before we do the drawing?
No.
Good luck, everyone.
Okay, so let's pull that up.
I don't say that in with any bitterness either, because I'm not in this one.
I'm in this one.
I was so disappointed when I didn't win that Anakin last stream. It's very upset.
All right. So let's spin it. Good luck to everybody. Reach out to me if you won. If you don't reach out to me, I'll try to reach out to you probably tomorrow. Okay. There we go. Oh.
What the?
Hey. I thought it was going to go over.
Congratulations, David. Congratulations. That was right on the line.
Wow.
So David won. That's the Jordan. We did the Jordan today. In case anybody was wondering, it was the Jordan. So David, reach out to me. If I don't hear from you by tomorrow, I'll reach out to you and we can exchange information. So congratulations. And thanks for participating. So any final thoughts, any final comments anybody would like to add before we say good night, good afternoon, or good morning?
Well, that's it. That's it for me.
All right.
I'd just like to say thank you to everybody. I've only been collecting since the back end of last year, and found this group because of your reviews online, Robert, and I can honestly say that it's absolutely brilliant. Everyone's been fantastic, welcomed with open arms, and it's a really nice community. So thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, our goal is really to keep it a safe community for collectors, and there's a lot of scammers out there, and that's kind of how I got into admin, because I had got scammed my first transaction, and since then it's I don't want anybody else to ever go through that. So
yeah,
we're going through really strict protocol on who comes into to the group, and and being really diligent on who's posting, and we're watching everything. So yeah, man, we hope to just create a cool community for people who can collect, and yeah.
It's definitely working.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine. So yeah, like a full-time job, isn't it?
Yeah. Mr. I buy stuff.
GameStop, you buy one, you get the second one for 40% off deal. It's been running for the last few days.
Words of
Hasbro,
wisdom.
Hasbro, of course, had their site down, so you couldn't cancel your figures and just buy from GameStop. So I did a quick purchase last night. I'm a little afraid, but I did notice a lot of figures you cannot get it shipped to your house now. You have to get it from the store or do a pickup, so that kind of stinks. But
From
they
GameStop.
they got their dock one early, so a lot of people jumped on the eels and the snow serpents last night. So always look for those deals and buy.
There you go. I guess I have a question coming my way. Ray, you got a question coming my way?
Maybe he's typing it. Oh no, that was yeah.
In my opinion, do I think the photos mean that they will be the final look of the cap, the comic cap? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, I would say so. I would say they're probably going to look the same. There's no reason for them to change it up. I know you have a little bit of concern with the shoulders, so I'm hopeful that they have the figure in shop before I leave for the States in early August, so I can take a look at it. Otherwise, if it releases in August, I'm not going to be here at all, so I won't be able to grab it until I get back in September. So if they have it in store, if they have the advanced copy in store, which they tend to do, they tend to get advanced copies about 3 weeks ahead of time, sometimes a little bit more. They're usually cool and let me play with it. So if I do, I'll post the information. I'll let you know. All right. So again, thanks everybody for joining us. I appreciate it. It's a long stream again. We got to figure out how to shorten these things.
We got to chop these up.
We got to chop them up. So maybe less topics next time.
Yeah.
So again, next stream will be July 18th, members only. If you're not a member, again, 99 cents a month. Get a lot of different benefits, videos, photos, information. Members who joined in June last month or this month will be entered into a waffle for a free MAFEX figure in December if you continue to be a member through December. So great benefits. And again, I appreciate all the support you guys are giving. So hope to see you guys at the next stream. Everyone take care, and we'll see you then. Have a good day. Good night.
Thanks.
Night.
Bye now.